Darkseer.
Tide.
Okay.
Tide mid.
You're still hoping for the Tide mid.
I think it's possible because I think they're going to try to pair this Tide up.
Okay. So we'll see if they can pull it off. But I mean, mid and off lanes is the ones which you can't rotate round. You can't swap those lanes really. It very rarely happens.
Not with that attitude.
We'll see who gets the shared tangos, and then we'll know.
Yeah. They're all just going to buy their own tango just to really pair this Tide up.
Okay. So we'll see if they can pull it off. But I mean, mid and off lanes is the ones which you can't rotate round. You can't swap those lanes really. It very rarely happens.
Not with
Oh,
that
right.
attitude.
Closer than I would have thought. Tiger's now down to their left pick. The time ticking away. What's it gonna be? Any predictions?
Really hoping for an offlaner.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm crossing.
I think they're gonna go Shadow Fiend. Yep, there we go.
I like it.
That was a stylish.
A
Yep,
lot better than my thought.
Dandy gonna be holding it down in the middle lane on the Shadow. you know, and as we're seeing here, no surprises, the Ember Spirit just immediately popping that Flame Guard and moving forward. You need to be able to pop that Flame Guard. Exactly. You need to be able to pop the Flame Guard. And also, Ember's got 61 right-click damage, and he's a melee hero as well, which is very difficult for a Shadow Fiend with 43 starting damage to be able to... Yeah, I mean, you need the raise, otherwise you're just not getting anything from this first. And then you don't get level 2. Velo had some trouble, actually, as he comes under tower, and now being blocked up by Spillo. Or just Frostblast coming in time and time again, while just slowly being run down here in the top lane, but he's probably going to be okay, I think. And some that's been thrown in the bottom lane, and they're going for the TP out. He's got another Frostblast available, doesn't quite find the kill, as well will make it away and heal himself up, and he did pull the creep wave for the enemy. Okay. Not sure how I feel about that one.
It's going to be a single pull, so it's actually it's not even going to be a. This heal creep actually has it all covered.
Go, buddy, go. Heal. Heal. Yeah, you. Velo put an end to that shenanigans.
Yeah. Double stun here. So this is the power of the tri-lane here. That double stun, that easy flash stun.
That's coming in. 1437 going to be in some trouble. Stun comes out. The split up comes from a response, but 1437 is already gone. Samir gets a kill, and the Venge goes down.
Dark's next assassin is such a classic.
Talking of
I was very surprised it took so long.
Well, there comes the stun, there comes the split up as well. They've got the spin to work with if they need it. They're going to throw it down, but the surge not enough to help damage get away, and they get a quick return kill down here in the bottom lane. But you're giving away first blood on a tri-lane. That is really bad. That really hurts. No. Meanwhile, they're still having leg problems up here. Stick to him like a leech.
I cannot believe this Lich is he's just
done out.
It's so far.
Again, split earth again. This time they do not have the playthrough to work with, but you won't be able to run away, not fast enough from that surge. And we go down here at the bottom as well.
Here's that's the thing starting to get a little fishy here. You've gotten first blood, but now you've given Ryland. That wasn't working.
Yeah. So they've realized, wait a minute, guys, we just gave away first blood in a trial, and it can't be happening. They've turned up a gear, and they're getting ahead of things. Meanwhile, Dendy's done very well in these first few lanes in the middle lane, as he's getting his bottle delivered to him now. That's going to help him out with the regen, help him spam out these Shadow Rays a little bit more. You don't want this Ember to be just kind of pushing out the waves with Flame Guard and going to the jungle and getting more efficiency out of this lane than you. Well, that's going to be your job. That's why Dendy goes for this portal. And we'll be probably fighting pretty hard for these runes, I would imagine, as well, with Ben Harris. He's got a bottle of his own here. This is classic. This is our classic. Who bottles the middle lane, and in the middle lane.
This is beautiful. It's been so long since I've seen something like this. Gorgeous. The bottles of NDSM.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Sam H run around with creeps again. Not a ton of health. They know the last track than here, so they're more than capable of doing this aggressiveness. They're just going to let the assassin tank the creep wave as much as he can, at least. And themselves will use the shell to get it. That's it.
What this Nix is here for? 7.7.
Gets a deny.
Hey! Yeah, there are people who didn't know that he applied a break. He was someone asked me why fast was. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's one of those patch notes which kind of snuck through, and it's in the very last sentence in the descriptions. It didn't even come up in the bottom text with the stats and everything. But it's one of the ones which could get away from you if you're not keeping your finger on the ball. But on mid lane, then he gets a kill onto Ben Hur as the razors come through. Yep, that's a Haste Rune and Shadow Fiend, very difficult to get away from, and that's going to be getting killed in mid.
Boss cross armors. Doesn't stand a chance. I's level.
Yeah, I mean, his lane was going to be hard, but this is really bad. Foxo manages to dodge out this split earth, but Raven running to the bounty rune. Is he going to get there in time? Max is going to fly. Raven realizes that this might be happening, goes to the deny instead, and now will accept his fate. Meanwhile, 1437 going down to the bottom lane as Samich will find that kill. So, a lot of blood spilled for these bounty runes. A lot of blood.
Yeah, and they actually, like, the blood at the bounty runes decrease over time, while the gold increases.
Yes. Yeah.
SF though, I think this is normal. SF they go like one bracer, one brace band.
Yeah. This is just, Ben-Hur getting low again as the rotations come into the middle lane, just to make sure this Ember's going to be okay. But yeah, so the reason you go for the Bracer and the Wraith Band is because most people go for the Guardian's Greaves on the Champagne right now. That doesn't give you many stats. So you do need to kind of stats pad yourself with these budget items with the Bracer and Wraith Band. Meanwhile, damage being way at the bottom as everything comes in. He sees the arcane rune. He goes to the that's not gonna happen, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm just waiting. And he's another bottle. He's got a bottle on Sam H as well. 3 bottles this game.
Why not? Just to see what this left goes. What he's done here is he's got the null tally. Edict back. He's got time to pre-patch again. Usually we see like double brace or just into double crown. But I mean, it's not bad.
Or mid lane, stand out to fly so I think this guy might be dead. 1 raise, 2 raise, the fear comes out, but the 3rd raise will land, and the fly solo is dead. And after rotation from 1437, finds a kill in middle lane. Top lane, I was just having fun with some Troll under the tower here, but Troll, we're having a fairly nice time with things. In fact, most heroes are having a pretty nice time, except for Velo. Everyone's got loads of except Velo, and Ben-Hur also having a bit of a tough time in the middle lane as RR goes down the bottom here. I think that might have been an Omni Slash. Yeah, very quick death, and I didn't quite catch that, but that was RR going down on the next assassin.
Talk about this. She's very good against Darks. Darks do shenanigans like this, then you just diabolic edict him in there.
Yeah, right. One of my players to play away from lane, and Damage is definitely there. He's trying to fight with Raven, but with Juggernaut coming in, Damage is going to win this fight. Raven, he's not giving up just yet, still chasing force, but Damage now comes in, and but Diabolic got caught with your pants down. Raven going to be at the first. It comes in! Oh, it was a bait all along, they will find a kill. Meanwhile, Denki is down in the middle lane as then they rotate onto him. Wow.
I mean, being a fast
baits on baits on baits.
Do that for you.
Yeah.
I think Lash needs to be as fast.
Yeah, 379 is pretty speedy.
But he is very speedy to be withable.
Deal withable. Yeah, that's true.
I'm like a Lashrak in like 20 minutes in having maximum movement. Thinking I'm actually off at the very.
It is. 1437. Coming forward to find the Lich and the Nyx Assassin, but they're on the Frost Shield comes down, then he comes forward, momentarily aggressively hit. Ben-Hur gonna be in some trouble. Fear comes out, split down on some Assassin as well. Next Assassin is gonna be the casualty in this middle lane. Fly Solo running down the lane. 1437 has a stun. 1 second. Will he get him range? He will not, it looked like. Onto the high ground, they don't have a wall to follow up as well, so that will be a clean escape from the Lich. As a bit of a middle lane once again, they're trying to put more pressure onto the Shadow Fiend in the middle lane, but Tigers are responding to it well. Meanwhile, up in the bottom, under the bottom lane, the Juggernaut who's having a pretty free of things right here, highest net worth. But then again, Troll's pretty much the same boat, so it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. I'm also interested to see what the Troll actually builds in this game. He can go for the battle if he wants to try and fast things up. Or he can go for something a bit more aggressive like an early drums in Sunj and Yasha and just try and chase down. It's pretty up to him. But either way. This early rotation from the Juggernaut with the Omni Flash available as well. It could well result in a kill, especially if the Ravage comes out. So they can pull off here.
Oh no. They heard this and they are going.
Yeah, they are like this ultimate. Down, boys, let's get them! Oh, they're trying to close stop here. They will at least know.
Hours should be casualties of the battle. TP down to the bottom lane though. Yes, beautiful Battle Fury.
Alright.
Battle Fury Troll. Very hard to get level 6.
Yeah, a lot of people consider the Battle Fury Troll to be kind of cool. If you want, you know, if you want to win condition in the game, then it's pretty cool. You've got an Ember, so maybe you can that guy to be doing the damage, but I think, yeah. Some more Denny, bringing in onto the Ember Spirit here. 2 raises come off. That'll be enough to chase him away.
I don't know, I'm personally not a big fan of the, like, magic damage Ember build. So I think there's a lot more value in Ember. Ember being the one farming, like, buy those bots, and just have a lot of early game, and just being able to farm them out. Very, very
One patch in the bottom, and going on to the next, I think running towards the creeps, but those are the enemy creeps. He's not going to jump onto those, unfortunately, next. So our will go down. All they get, not in the trees there, Ben-Hur taken out. Then he's looking for but that's beautifully landed. Savage, he's going to try and search himself away. There he has a raise in 1 second. It's going to need down a mighty run through the entire team. He's going to go down here for sure. He can run into the trees, but instead, let's try and get to safety. I think he didn't have a TP. He did have a TP. Alright. Just,
And he, Troll was hiding in the tree. I think he kind of wanted to...
okay.
Got it out there now. Maybe.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Don't make those. Meanwhile, another kill for the Juggernaut, this time in the middle lane. Might he be punished for this, though? Ben-Hur's come in and trying to... but he's so damn fast with this phase boots and jump endurance. He's actually going to turn around and sweep up these creeps as well. Man, this Juggernaut is going pretty insane right now. 4-5-8. Full swap into the Nyx. They don't get the sentry in time. Sorry, what was that?
Just to hear that.
Hold on, Ben-Hur's in trouble now. Up onto the high ground. Magic Missile will follow, but he's going to be okay. Nara's thinking of follow. Look at him. This guy is 20 movement speed, phase boots, drums. Like, he is. He's flat.
I bet he's going to take the 50 movement. I bet he's going to get a radiant. Drums reigns the middle quite a few times.
About that one, maybe. So is off the lift as Yoshimoto comes in, looking for some heroes as well. They're all kind of trying to pull her out, so he gets touched on, but he just blows up RR inside time. But jumping away there, looking at the first, jumped about in time, and now, oh, nice dodge on the magic missile as well. Ben-Hur being very elusive in this middle lane, and that will mean that Flaggers will not find a kill onto him. While Savage continues to farm a jungle, now has this Vanguard, so pretty tanky down here. Wants to go for the hood next as well, so it's kind of a gentle, an even layer damage. Meanwhile, towers are falling left and right. I mean, there's a lot of rubble across the map on the dire side of the face, because...
versus Vega. Did a weak one, though.
Very little one, yeah. That was the first time I saw Jet Radiance.
Yeah, the one Miracle did was like, I believe like Octarine. It was kind of like the I don't know if you thought it, the experimental lifesteal build people started doing. You buy the Ray and then you buy the Shiva. And it was like someone to go one step further, and I forget who it was, but it went like Radiant Shivas and then like Octarine and something else.
And there's always that one guy that goes too far.
It works. They won the game pretty convincingly. It's up no way to build a lifestealer, and you're just consistent damage in these fights.
Look at that bad that Nick Assassin just got out of that they're just putting out 3 heroes moving forward at the bottom. But the Juggernaut's just getting to work on the tower again. We need to see some action coming out of Detonator right now, but they don't have the battlefield left roll. They don't have a way to fight, and they certainly don't want to fight into Ravage right now. So
Anything else you're not going to want to fight into? This raid is shove it.
Look,
oh yeah.
Alright, you pulled it. Hold on, back again.
It's the movement speed, right? You got the 20 movement speed, you got the 50 movement. You got the Blade Fury DPS.
It's also really good versus Trolls.
Oh yeah. Hiding forever. Well, the Emperor's long, and if you heck, if you can bot with the surge target on the Darkseer, why not?
Tier 2 tower taken right now. Some 5-8 boulder bunch of started, but it's feeling a lot more right in partners. They're moving on to this high ground. Agrees, nearly completed on the Shadow Fiend right now. And they'll just keep on mana up and onto the high ground let's go. What's the detonate? I mean, they haven't actually picked the fight yet, and then comes the wall. Okay, that's nice. They're gonna get immediately eaten buttons. Well,
It's something that's taking the brunt of the
Yeah.
edict.
Back onto the secret. Well, back Raven. And this tower's still going down here. 458 so far forward, doesn't even care. He's got himself a relic, and he is just going for this range barracks now. Moving to the smelt barracks. Detonator.
They can't do it.
And there's your rabbit coming through. Awesome for on these lads. Take down fly solo as well. Tiger making it look easy right now. They didn't even have level 15 cavalry. They didn't have level 12 on their knee.
This is just a casual. This is a casual 15 minutes. Alright.
I think the flames didn't even go bad. This is just a straight up outdraft, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, Dendy's not even like 15 or 12. Like, there's no presence or effects buildings. There's no like decent level of reckoning. There's no real team fight. It's just right now Detonator doesn't do damage. They just finished Battle Fury and Troll, and their Ember doesn't have mastery yet. Next assassin can't do things. There's just no damage.
Yeah, I think the Ember is the biggest problem right now. Being like right down.
Bit of space, but it's got the radiance.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
I want this to be the maelstrom.
I mean, do they need more magic damage?
Dire's top
Oh,
shrine.
they're tracking a Shadow Fiend. I mean, it feels overkill for me. Control in the middle lane. Things come out. Timber still getting thrown to the set instead. Picking Wall comes out. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Not going to do anything. Sam H just annihilated by the Juggernaut and Revenge.
You told me that Darkseer had a Vanguard.
Literally. He just annihilated that. Hey!
Yeah, he flew up there.
Certainly did.
He detonated.
Very nice. No, please, none for that. Come on.
Sorry.
We put ourselves above that. Roshan is going to go down, and the Aegis in the pockets of the Juggernaut don't needed any more survivability. Well, I mean, he didn't even have any survivability, Jasmine. He's just fast as hell. Can't catch that guy. Troll Warlord coming very far. What's in this bottom lane? The Dendy is here, and there's that Atos coming down onto the Troll Warlord, and now Liferack starts to do the damage. Lysoda comes in from behind to give for him a bit of support, but more coming in from Tigers. Looking towards the Nick Assassin set. They want the easier target. He's going for the TP out. They don't put anything to cancel this. This is a little bit off the mark, and doesn't mean Nick Assassin gets himself away close.
Bit ravaged.
Well, damage for a Nick Assassin. 2.4k net worth Nick Assassin.
Excuse me, I was 100% right about the radiant juggler.
True. I'm gonna stop that. Natex dodged it up by the side. The swap is not dodged out, but behind absolutely is. Ben Hyle juggling spells right. He's like, yeah, you can stop me. Oh, okay. This is one side effect if the radius is just easy stuns for the next assassin. He's like, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a level 6 character level 3. Wow, so not even 15 on the accept. There's no presence next to building.
Little tiny damage. Wall comes out again, and forward this by Carapace going to start a bunch of heroes to spin forward. He's going to annihilate the next assassin. He probably could to make this work, and they're just firing a bunch of spells into the bottom left, and absolutely nothing happens. They still don't want to commit to this one. Troll trying to push his own out at the top lane, but they're losing. Then comes a Ravage, and they blow up Ben Hurst. No more shenanigans from you. The Rax being taken down. Troll, he's getting to work. He might get a tier 3 out of this, but it's actually a rotation coming down to him. Let's get the bottom rack, but that's going to be Atos coming out, and the damage life track is way too much. He's going to go down. Meanwhile, Ben, he's going to eat as well on the low ground, running out of spells. And he's trying to search away from this one. Will be able to actually escape to the high. He is. Gonna play around. also fighting up for this one as he will stun out Revenge, but the second Razor actually misses the Troll. Now coming into this one, doing a bit of damage done onto him over the frost shield. Oh, it gets on the high grip with the vacuum. He's gonna die for this one, but 2 Bears is sitting up that's spinning.
Neither of them have TPs, they cannot get out.
Edge getting low, but they're going to focus on the Shadow here. They will be able to bring him up from the swap up to the high and brings him back to the low ground. He'll get that stun off, and now Gecko's out onto the wall. Junk comes spinning through. With he's just being run down. They just fight Foxy, taking it turns to stay up on that cliff. And the GG is called. Even when you cliff 2 heroes, you can't win a fight. That means the game's over. Game 1 going to Tigers in a very convention. I mean, they didn't even come out of the leading phase that hard, but they knew their heroes, they knew their timings, they knew what they had to do to win, and then they did it.
I don't even think there was a
me ponen las next. Guys, a pawn 8.
stop and just running around. If you don't learn the deflect, then you're not going to like the game. And that's what I was doing. I was all the time. So I need to reevaluate my approach.
Fair enough. Yeah, I played Dead Cells, and that's got like shields in it and like a really good deflect system. So the moment I saw this deflect system, I was like, hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
5 seconds left.
But yeah, I mean, I've only played like I think an hour and a half, so still struggling to find the time to actually pick it up and give it a proper playthrough.
Right.
It looks good. I like the style as well.
Have you played other Souls games or no?
Yeah, I tried playing Dark Souls 3, but I didn't really get along with it very well. I beat like I beat the first boss after a long time, and then was like, I just kept getting lost, and I don't like kind of running around maps, wondering where to go.
Yeah, there was
that's something I hate.
Basically what I did is there was like a wiki that it would basically walk you through where to go, and it would be like, all right, so you can run forward, and then there's going to be like 2 holes on the left, just go to the second hole, the first hole's not important, blah, 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 and I was like, oh, okay. And so, I mean, like, I'm not in a Dark Souls game for the exploration or whatever, I'm in it for the combat and that stuff, so I didn't feel guilty about
last ad, we're about to start.
Through it.
Hello and welcome to ESL1 Birmingham Open Qualifier Southeast Asia Division, where we are here in the final best of 3 as these 2 teams face it off to try and make it through to the closed qualifiers. And we have Detonator versus Tigers. Snowman, and I'm joined now by Tsunami as we've thrown Crasheroni to the Sharks, and he stepped aside to allow Tsunami to come and join us. How's it going, man?
It's good. I saw Dandy Shadow Fiend run roughshod on Detonator in the previous game. Magic Jug making a resurgence, so I don't really know where Tigers are right now, nor do I think anyone knows. This is probably what they're first showing with Raven, I believe, right?
Yeah, this guy's kind of turned up today and is playing some notes with them, so I don't know if this is a permanent thing or a stand-in, I'm not too sure, but it'd be pretty cool to see him join the team for good.
Yeah, Raven is historically one of my favorite Southeast Asian carries. Anytime I see him at a TI, he's easy fantasy points every single time he plays a game, win or lose, just because he's such an incredible farmer. And I am surprised that he's not being picked up by a more notable team. But to be fair, most of the Southeast Asian teams are pretty solid right now. Like Fnatic, they have a solid grip on things, as shown by Dream League's major. Mineski are also doing fairly well. And then I guess the number 3 slot for SCA is kind of up for grabs right now. And I guess that's what Tigers is shooting for in this qualifier.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've started things out with Enigma and then Vengeful Spirit coming out from Detonator. Meanwhile, Tigers have gone for the Prophet and the Doom. And I can't help but feel this Vengeful was a bit of a block pick. They know that they're taking Enigma, and Tigers had literally just played a game with Avenge. They're probably going to do the same thing again to get that BKB piercing Dispel for the Black Hole. Instead, Tigers just pick up the Doom instead. So also BKB piercing, kind of tricky to get rid of a Black Hole with a Doom, but certainly an option to just jump on him and throw it down on him in the start of the fight anyway. And also the Prophet. I really love this combo of Prophet and Doom, honestly, because what the Prophet does in the fight position is he TPs in behind the fights and plays down an observer ward, pioneered by Notel, I think, was the first one I saw do this. So you've got vision on almost every single fight of the backlines, which is exactly where the Enigma's going to be. So if this Doom just builds a Blink or a Shadow Blade, he's going to be able to find this Enigma before he can get this Black Hole off much more than Detonator want him to. So I really like this little pairing and this opening from Tigers. Meanwhile, I'm not too sure about the Venge Enigma. It's a little bit interesting to me.
You seem very optimistic that we'll even reach a point in which Enigma will have a BKB to begin with.
True.
Based off of what I saw in the previous game, it ended at the laning phase. The game was over after the first 10, 11 minutes or so. Granted, Tigers did have a more amenable draft to that. But this is also looking similarly aggressive. Even though Nature's Prophet will be in a support role, the pushing ability of Trance, just being able to draw creep waves all over the place without having to heavily commit to a push, makes it so much easier. And Lion, probably not going to be a Yabs or Aghanim's first kind of build, so I imagine it'll be some sort of initiating, and that'll also be quick and fast. So if we reach a point in which Enigma gets a BKB Blink Tiger, I'm very curious to see how Detonator will play that, because I don't think it's going to happen based off of how Tigers played game 1.
Yeah, I'm feeling like the high tempo, the kind of smaller items which allow them to get their momentum going is probably what we're more likely to see. But then again, they might just want to practice a late game. Maybe they aim for it anyway just to try and get that. But no, not an open qualifier.
I would have, whenever I saw the Magic Jug, I was just like, wow, are Tigers, are they really good enough to style and at a point like this in the DPC? Granted, this isn't a DPC tournament, but I don't think that you can afford to, it's an open qualifier game, and I don't think that they have enough of a storied history with this roster to be like, dude, let's just mess around. It's the best of 3 grand finals, whatever. It's no big deal.
Yeah, right. Especially for Tiger. I mean, Tigers, every single game I've seen of theirs has been incredibly close, which, you know, no matter who they're playing against, you know, if it's Fnatic, if it's, you know, some random open qualifier stack, they always like to bring things to the line, and I'm not sure, I don't know, they seem to be addressing these issues today. And of course, you know, they do have stomp games, they have games where they get stomped, but, you know, those games which everybody's talking about are usually the ones where Tigers have brought things to the line. I think they played like was it a 4-hour-long series last time they were in an open qualifiers? So
Really?
yeah, it was a real. I can't remember who that was against, but they've played some ridiculously long games, and I think they lost that one as well. So.
And not because of pauses, like actually just legitimate gameplay the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, well, draft and gameplay. Yeah, it was a long time. It was a long series. So Sven picked up from Detonator, seeming to be in the support position, and helping out with. Don't know what this Sven's about, actually. Is this support Sven? I don't know what it's doing here. I was like, yeah, I'll just talk about it. You know, usually when a pick comes up, you start talking about it, and then you kind of figure out where it's going as you talk. This time, no. I don't know.
I've ranted against Sven with you before, right?
You have indeed, yes, but I'll hear it again, happily.
If you don't have any physical damage, if you don't have any right clicks even, it's not physical damage. If you don't have any right clicks worth mitigating, there's no point to picking Sven. Especially in a support role. In a core role, it's fine, because someone's going to have to right-click you eventually. As a support, no one cares. And right now, Tigers have literally no right-click damage. And Pugna just adds on to that. So I have no justification for this Sven whatsoever. It does not necessarily provide... you can Warcry...
It's Dyer's big.
No, you can't.
It's good against the Treants.
You're really stretching it.
I'm just trying to find the justification here.
Straws.
Yeah. I'm sure it's something like that.
Yeah, at least it's not first phase, because my most hated Sven picks are whenever they show up in the first phase and they're like, it's okay, they'll pick a right click carry eventually, and then it's like Pugna, Leshrac, a whole bunch of magic damage, and you're like, it's not good. And that's what it's looking to be in this situation as well. Detonator, who are they banning out? Ban out Spectre. Yeah. I don't really know what their plan is. It's not like their push is that great either. It's pretty much just Enigma. And if it is planning on being a BKB Blink Enigma, then that means nothing like a Detonator. I mean, Dominator early on. Nothing like a Vlad's for the Enigma, so his push is going to be lacking if he's planning on building Initiation.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a kind of trade-off there, isn't it, between those two builds from the Enigma? Not a ton of cancel, though, so, I mean, you know, the Pugna and the Prophet both offering nothing in the way of cancel, and, you know, Doom, he can only really Doom you, and that's about it, because you're not getting in close enough for an Infernal Blade when there's a black hole going on.
5 seconds.
Yeah, which is why I'm curious what Tigers will end up picking as their one position. Will they just pick someone who's perfectly okay with getting black holed, like a DK or something, or do they pick someone who can deal with situations at range, like a Drow Ranger or something like that? Not that it would be a Drow Ranger, but some sort of ranged carry that doesn't necessarily need to get close to a fight or need to get close to a tower to push it. Personally, I would prefer that they go the ranged approach.
Yeah. Okay, and they pick up the Ursa.
That's
All right. Gives a lot of pick-up potential. Even more pick-up potential, actually.
Yeah. And a hero who also does not really care about Sven's Warcry. Even though he is right-click damage, it adds up so fast that you can burn off. You're adding Fury Swipe stacks, even though your first few attacks are getting absorbed by the Warcry, but it doesn't matter because the first few attacks don't do that much damage. And then by the time the Warcry is burnt off, then your Fury Swipes are doing plenty of damage.
You only get one?
And a Kunkka to finish things off for Detonator. That is going to round off their draft, and well, it's an interesting one. Again, so it's looking like Sven. I don't know where they're laning this, to be honest, and nobody's picked yet, so they're waiting to see what Tigers are doing, it seems. Alright, so R on the Enigma, so it's a 4 Enigma, Fly Solo on the Sven, so it's a 5 Sven, so Venge is going to be in the offlane, and obviously Jug carry. No surprises there.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this Venge gonna... I guess Venge kind of just sits on the tower and the Enigma's just gonna be denying off the creeps and dragging that equilibrium back under their tower.
10 seconds.
Of all the heroes to be given the 3
seconds
positions,
left.
Venge was the least likely in my book. I would have given it to the Sven or the Enigma way before I give it to the Venge.
Well, full of surprises, Detonator. Let's see if it pays off for them. Didn't last game, but hell, they're gonna keep on trying as Dendy Pugner Velo playing on his Ursa, and it's gonna be 4-5-8 on the Doom. Hey, this guy was on the team called 496, so now his tag is 496.458. Like, your name shouldn't be a phone number. It's
It's pretty good. But
thanks, man. Thanks. And Raven the Prophet as well, so he's going to be super annoying on this hero.
I mean, if you put him and how many digits are UK phone numbers? Because for me, this looks exactly like a US phone number if you put them right next to 1437, because 496 is the area code, and the US phone numbers are 3 digits and then 4 digits.
Dan, how long are UK phone numbers? That's not something I know off the top of my head. I think there are 11 numbers, actually.
I know your IT crowd ambulance number. 0118995 or something like that. Did you watch the
Damn pop culture. Yeah, I did. I forget Tyler looked like Moz.
Ah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Richard Iwide.
Yep, yeah, that's Iwide.
Iwide, that's right.
Yeah, bit of an icon. Anyway, enough IT crowd, let's get into the IT game. There's got a video game being played. It's actually Dota 2, in case you didn't know. And it is going to be Detonator being played against Tigers for their spot in the closed qualifier of the ESL1 at Birmingham event. I keep wanting to call it a major, you know, because the last one was a major, and now I'm just like ESL1 Birmingham major, but it's not a major. It's not DPC. ESL going off the books and doing it all. In fact, they didn't get a single DPC event this time around. So it feels like a deliberate decision.
Yeah, I am curious what that was about. You'd think at the minimum they would have been able to get a minor, but they're still grinding out. They got Mumbai coming up, Birmingham.
Yeah, they've kind of just done their own kind of course of in-between events, which pretty fun. And Mumbai coming up very shortly indeed, in fact, in a few weeks, I think.
Yeah, I think it's second week of April.
So look out for that, but yeah, Bone coming much later on in the year. So, looks like the runes will be pretty peaceful here, no one really looking to invade or anything like that. There's a ton of voice lines being thrown out as well, which is what we like to see.
Doom's creeping in the dire jungle. I'm assuming he went to live in our range group or something like that. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the other way around. Oh, why was...
Wrong side of that.
Why was the dire Doom hiding in his own jungle?
I think he was worried about the rotations from the Radiant.
Yeah.
So it's a fair concern, I think.
See,
Raven.
It's Raven down here that's confusing me.
Yeah,
I saw Raven down here and I was like, alright, clearly red bar Radiant.
It's they're getting super aggressive under this tower. Look at these guys. They have no chill, but now the solo throws to lane, flies here, it is going to be like, okay, we probably can't die the solo Venge. So, despite what I thought, it's actually going to be the Enigma up in the top lane. But yeah, that's correct, the Radiant. Right, so he's going to be pulling the creeps for the Juggernaut, who's going to be laning up solo versus the Doom. Okay. Interesting way to lane it. I think this probably works better than the Venge, to be honest. No, does it? Does Venge lane better versus... I didn't really care who lanes that versus the Doom. He's just going to do his thing anyway.
Yeah, I think primarily Detonator wanted to avoid Jug versus Ursa. And so, as a result, they're just putting 2 heroes down here that Tigers does not really care about. Tigers, I don't think, really cares if the Sven gets formed or the Venge gets formed. They really just didn't want the Jug to get formed. And laning against the Doom or laning against the Ursa is both not the greatest of situations for the Jug, but they would prefer it against the Doom. So I'm pretty sure Tigers is just going to keep this tri-lane going, take the tower super fast, and make sure that Sam H on the Venge and Flight Solo on the Sven just don't get anything done.
Yep, that's going to be the plan. Sun comes out into the Venge full spirit here, but there are response from the Sven is quicker, though Sam H getting blocked up by the Treant here. Doesn't manage to make his way out the other side, but the right click from the Treant will finish him off there. Sam H drops, and they're looking for more here as the Ursa comes in. He's got that overpower, and Fly Solo dropped in the bottom lane as well. 2 kills for the Tigers to start things off down here at bottom. And that is a great start to this bottom lane as the trail lane works wonders.
And can you imagine that this is after the Treant damage got nerfed?
Yeah, right? I mean...
And it was heavily nerfed. It was what, 27-36 at level 1. That is a lot at level 1, but with the Blightstone that everyone goes for on support profit, it's still so powerful against these supports early on, and Sven still level 1, does not have any points in Warcry, he's so close to level 2. Right now camping on a Haystream bot, hopefully aiming to get a Stormhammer gank on mid if he can find it, which Dendy is...
He's pretty far forward here.
Yeah,
pretty low on mana, pretty far forward. Hasn't placed that Observer Ward down yet either, so won't be able to see it coming if he does decide to run in for this one. Look at the damage as well, he's being so patient. Yeah, I think they might have noticed now that Sven's been gone for such a long time. Dendy's way under tower, but actually the X-Marks is coming in with the Torrent as well. One up from Dendy is going to keep him alive a little bit longer, so it's very fast with the stun coming through. The Hex though, onto the Conquer. Fly Solo chasing around the tower, but not doing any damage to the poker here, and Ben Hur will back himself away. No kill to be had onto Dendy, and quick rotation from 1437 ensures his survival here as Fly Solo fails the rotation, and down to the bottom lane he's on the tower. Yeah, the S is going to work, although should die to the illusion in the tower. No, nice little aggro switch, never mind. Illusion finishes the job, and Raven not particularly healthy either, but Fly Solo coming in the other way around the tree, so won't be able to stun. Oh, never mind, does manage to get the Stormhammer off, but unfortunately the Venge Illusion is now dead, because Venge, the annoying person, did survive. Sorry, didn't survive. Respawned is what I was looking for there, which kills the illusion.
I actually wish she survived. The illusion got the kill, and as a result, she gets no experience. She still has an experience advantage over Ursa just because Tigers was tri-laning for a little bit, but if she managed to be able to get a solo kill on Ursa, that would have been fantastic, but I think Velo's okay giving up his life for that. He just wants to make sure that everyone's busy, but Prophet taking more abuse.
Yeah, Sven comes out onto him, and Prophet being brought down pretty quickly here. He's going to die as Velo tries to bring down the Sven with him, but Sven, well, he's walking in some interesting ways here. The stun comes out from the Venge as Sven, where are you going, buddy? There's not going to be any escape from this. They're just going to take the tower hit and go down all the same. Sam H
relentless.
Yeah, fighting is non-stop here in the bottom lane, as now Sam H is probably finding himself going down. Doesn't manage to stop the Ursa for the time being, but they've got plenty of chase available. The right click coming through, and Sam H is going to go down here as the Venge dies in the bottom lane. 1437 picks up that kill, and Tigers just getting to work. Let's look at top for a bit. So they've got this Ring of Health on the Juggernaut to help them survive with the Doom's constant harassing with that Infernal Blade. And he's even got
3 points.
Wow, 3 points scorched up. Yeah, let's go for it. And look at the Jugger. He's trying to fight it up. He really wants to grab this bouncy rune. Will be successful, but 458. He's going to make his way easily over to the bouncy rune and be able to claim that gold for his team. Meanwhile, both were claimed by the Dire in the bottom lane. So yeah, only managed to get 1 rune on Detonator so far. Looking like a fairly convincing start for Tigers, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the Chinese teams during Dream League, I think, were starting to popularize Scorched Earth maxed. And
hey, guess what? They're diving at bottom. Sam H under the tower. Once they... the stuns are coming out thick and fast onto Velo here, but he will be able to aggro switch away. And with these Treants here to help absorb these tower hits, well, they will now back themselves out, but very, very aggressive from Tigers to start things off. Meanwhile, up at top, they're looking for the Doom in the trees, but actually the Doom's just been able to kill the Enigma. Juggernaut wants to keep going here, but he doesn't really have enough damage to bring down this Doom, but he's still going to chase. Scorched Earth has now finished off, so Jugger will just get straight back to farming. But they went for a kill on the Doom and just ended up dying to the Scorched Earth because it's level 3. This is ridiculous. Venge gets a deny in bottom lane, but the Hex comes out. Venge could be in some trouble, but no Ursa to back them up this time around, so Sam H will be able to get himself out.
Top again. Jug wants to finish the job, and he may just do so.
Finally getting the kill onto that Doom with that magic damage to eat through his armor.
Sam H bot. Oh, the 2 heroes Stormhammer.
Helps out, buying some space. Fly Solo, yeah, he's given his life to the cause here as he chooses to go down instead. The Shrine is popped by Sam H. 1437 coming in here, but eventually want to fight this one as she throws down the Wave of Terror. So making his way over though, Sam H, he wants to go for the kill, but he doesn't want to get eaten alive by this big angry bear of Velo as he's continuing to chase here. He's got that poison, he's got them phase boots, and Sam H can really not do a whole lot here. Maybe turn around with a stun, but I'm not sure they can fight this one up as he pops the overpower again here. And really wants to try and find the bench. Might have to settle for the spend, but actually they're under the tower here, under the tier 2, so they're going to be absolutely fine. Meanwhile, in the top lane, the Doom goes down. Now the rotation's coming down at bottom. Is this game ever going to stop, or are we just playing at this tempo game now?
I believe the game will stop at some point. Typically, that's how it works.
Okay. Good.
In terms of the kills, though, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Kogna actually choosing to rotate.
Kunkka maybe in some trouble as they're coming in to maybe turn around onto Velo here as the X marked and the torrent comes through. Versa getting low here, one more hit will be required, and the spend does manage to get that big old sword of it into the back of Fuzzy Wuzzy. Finally bringing down the reign of Velo, but only getting 188 gold for that kill because Velo has actually been farming. Like, he's got 23 CS, he's just chasing people down. He's not hitting creeps, he's hitting heroes.
Yeah, and unfortunately, no one else is really taking advantage of that, because Doom took quite a bit of abuse in the top lane, and Dendi actually chose to rotate top, as opposed to pushing mid. It's maybe possible that he wanted to stop off in the jungle momentarily, and it was just on the way, but mid lane was unattended for quite a while. Kunkka went all the way top to gank the Doom, and then proceeded to go bot to gank the Ursa, and Dendi did not really do very much damage on this mid lane tier 1, so maybe not the most efficient use of time, but he is pretty high level. He's level 7, so it's possible that he's been coming up the jungle in the meanwhile.
Interesting ward placement from the Die here on Radiant Jungle. Just making sure they've got a lot of vision over this area. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication when placing the wards there.
Sometimes one of them is like a decoy ward, but you need to place them further apart, because if you put a sentry like right in the middle, which is usually what people do, especially when you have a spell that can check the cliff like Torrent, or Wave of Terror, then they'll usually not have to put it on the cliff. But sometimes it's like a decoy ward. You know, top lane.
Oh, we had a break in the action, but now we're getting straight back to it. The Doom's getting a boat dropped on his head, and he is going to die to Ben Hur.
Good. Midas secured.
Yeah, just before he died there. Efficiency is hell.
And now players.
Yeah, they've got double damage, got Dendi, and they've also got this Decrepify and Blast to work with as well, so power is going to go down now. Should have Decrepify towers, isn't it?
Man, that would be something.
No, if you could Decrepify towers, then you could be able to use any spell on it. No, Luna's going to look at the blade mid.
I always love seeing, well, it hasn't happened in a long time, but whenever you can bash towers with Roshan, that's always very amusing to see the little bash effect. I'm very amused to see the silence effect whenever Curse of Avernus gets procced on towers.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I was told that if that happens, then you shouldn't be able to fortify it, but...
Oh, okay. I was thinking that you shouldn't have backdoor protection. You know,
oh, wow, that would be horrible. No, nobody wants that.
I don't know. That's not the most viable hero right now.
You say that, but he's... Yeah, the top hill, it's up a tasty amount. Thanks, Poppy, for that one. Middle Tower taking a bit of a beating as Detonator looking to trade the buildings back into their favour.
Very easy approach for them. If they kept just trying to lane it out, it wasn't going to work. All their individual lanes were too weak. So grouping up, on the other hand, that's the right plan. As now doing gigantic things.
Yeah, they're not letting out, but he's already using Midas, so he doesn't really care.
Right.
Do what you must. Radiant Courier is dead though.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is about to be ready.
Fellow Thunder Courier in the middle lane. That stings, but Detonator, no signs of slowing down as they just rotate up to this top lane now. They've got this Humble Dominator on their Enigma. They've got this Vengeful Spirit with the Aura coming out as well. They've even got the Healing Ward if they need it. So the top tier 2 tower is going to fall with this Catapult Wave. They've made such good use of this 10-minute Catapult Wave. It's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, this feels like a turbo game almost.
Yeah.
An incredible pace that both teams are keeping right now.
Yeah, both of them keeping up with each other. Damage going for the TP out will be successful, and yeah, RR's getting out as well, so no return kills kind of the way of Tigers.
They're all grouped, and they'll just turn this into a push, and I don't really know if Detonator want to contest it. They can't go mid, because the mid-tier one's already down. Jug's already pushing out bot. So I guess they will defend it, and it looks like they are moving up top.
Yeah, there's the trees coming down onto the Sven here. Denny closing the gap. The Qualifier life drain. Fly solo is going to drop very quickly as Wrath of Nature finishes the job. And takes down the Sven. There's now another tower opened up. Got the trees, they've got the blast, but with Ben-Hur coming in, he's also got the X marks onto Velo. Velo is just telling his team to leave him right now, I think. Doesn't get the enrage off before it's done hits, actually, so it's going to be a slow burn as the swap comes in. But now actually cutting onto the Enigma. He has the black hole to keep himself alive, but it will secure him the kill onto Velo and stop any support coming in to help that out. Team on the bottom lane, Doom out onto the Juggernaut here. They've got him down with the stun. They've also got a finger. Should they want to use it? You know he does. He doesn't use it. Oh my god.
37 knows. It's not about the buff. This game's gonna be over so fast it doesn't matter if he has 2 stacks, 3 stacks.
Man, the most patient line player I ever did see.
If it was Yapster, he would have done it in a heartbeat.
Oh, you know it.
I'm a little bit surprised that Tigers doesn't help out the Ursa more up top, because Pugna still had life drain, still had at least half the mana pool available to toss out some more Nether Blasts, but instead they back off. I guess, you know, maybe the threat of the Black Hole was enough. Now that Black Hole's down, they're a little bit more likely to group up, but instead they're just taking Roche and...
Yeah, this is a very sneaky Roche.
On Radiant suspected thing. Avenge is walking over, Wave of Terror is down
fly
though.
solo. Oh, no. Well, they're going to get away with it. A smoke in and a TP in, and that is a easy Roche, and it's just going to go down way too quickly for Detonators to know if anybody's missing in time. So that's going to be an Aegis in the hands of this Ursa. Phase boots, drums, Aegis, he's just going to run you down now. No
They
shit.
are still somewhat lacking in initiation. They're basically relying on Nature's Prophet to get behind the back TP into a Sprout. But as soon as either the Lion or the Ursa or the Doom get a Blink Dagger, then all of a sudden things become very different.
Really well. Those big items. Is Doom going for it? Yeah, it looks like he is. He's got 1,900 in the bank. Stun Elbow. They're jumping him again, and this Doom might be going down once again. If the Omnisash comes out, they've got it held down, and they will be able to find this kill. And actually, the Omnisash keeps on going. Raven loses a lot of health as well, but now Juggernaut needs to spin himself away. Running down, but little heroes, but never mind the boat coming in to help the day. Oh, the finger! Not quite enough to finish the job there. The Qualifier was a little bit too late. The dive were going for there, but didn't quite pull it off as well as they needed to. And 1437 will die for that finger. Now, looking for more. Torrent being used. It's Velo moving the right direction. This guy's got an Aegis, but he's probably going to die twice. He actually pops in power to try and kill the Sam 8 as quickly as possible in range. And we're just trying to get brought down by the right click. And under the tier 1 power. Oh, he wants to go in. They want to help so badly. Denny from the high ground as well. They're trying to bring down the Ursa with the Qualifier and life drain. Denny keeping him alive for the time being. Now the Doom comes out. They're going to actually get the Juggernaut with this Doom. And 458 will be chasing him down here. And I think this is the end for him. They try to get the deny, but it comes off way too early. And now the Sven dropping low. He's going to die as well. Ben-Hur needs to run himself away from this one. Doom trying to close the gap. They will land the Infernal Blade and somehow miss the Torrent as well up onto the cliff. Well, RR going for the TP out. He's successful, but the crab fight. Now the trees come out onto the Conquer as well. Tigers turn this fight around, and they have got this Conquer. It's taken a long, long time, but the Pirate, they'll finally go through his defenses, and then he gets a kill onto Ben-Hur, and Tigers get 4 heroes in this bottom lane engagement. But how many did Tigers themselves lose? So they lost 3 heroes and bumped on 2 of them.
Yeah, it was quite an investment.
Buyback?
Yeah, Ursa did buyback, and so did the Doom. Or way earlier in the fight, because Doom was the first person to die, so he bought back. I mean, it goes in the interest of what they're trying to do this game, which is end it in like 28 minutes. But that does hurt quite a bit, and it does slow them down quite a bit. And Black Hole is up now if RR wants to show up to this defense, but his TP's down, so chances are that he's just gonna leave it.
Yeah, they want to find a bit more fighting out. Although I say that, he's coming in from behind here, and 1477. Oh, we've got Velo. He wants to try and can't really get them both, but Velo is just going to get brought down here. Although if he's managed to pop the in rage, he's going to buy him a little bit more time. But Swap comes out, puts him into a weird situation. Meanwhile, 1437 is brought down by the rest of the team, and one more right click will do the job. RR gets that kill, and then it's going to be 1437 and Velo dying here in the middle lane. So again, the trade comes swinging back the other way, and I enjoy watching this win probability here on Dota Plus here, as they now say it's 69% for Detonator. Nice. And into the middle lane, pushing it down. We've got the catapult wave once again. It's great timing.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Again, whenever the Ursa was invading the jungle, the partner was not pushing. Like, the bot tier 2 was left completely unattended. Granted, Dendi didn't have the most vision, but you know, once you see the Ursa dragging that much focus, then you'd think it would be pretty safe to push the tier 2. But he's playing far more defensively than what their strategy seems to be implying. And now, Detonator trying to hold this high ground position, but unfortunately, Tigers already have a ward up there.
What's 1437 doing here? He's going to come onto the high ground. Oh, as the fight breaks out, he actually sees the Enigma. They've got to cut down. The Velo's coming in as well. They will be able to bring down the Enigma quickly. Meanwhile, Doom out onto the Conquer this time. There's Velo's here to catch him, and he's going to try and chase him down, but in comes the Juggernaut. In comes that Omnicypher running back to the team. Someone take this off me, but there's nobody there. And Sam H actually finds a kill onto Velo there. Nice little rotation in, and again, you know, this disconnect in Tigers feels very apparent in that fight because they came around the back with a beautiful pick-up onto the Enigma, and then Velo was there to catch the doomed Conquer, but the rest of the Tigers are backed off. They weren't committing to that fight, and if they did, I think that would have gone great for them. They had the Conquer, but unfortunately, the communication or whatever, the call was not to go in, and that does result in Velo just dying alone. Sad. Ben-Hur?
Maybe too little too late.
Certainly are, and Ben-Hur just running away a million miles an hour. The Stormhammer comes down onto Dendi, and he's probably going to be falling down here. The X-Mark's going to bring him back, drag him into the Conquer's arms, and then comes a Tidebringer to finish the job. Meanwhile, TP out does keep the Lionel, I think that was, who was with him there. Pretty sad. I guess. I mean, it was looking good for them at some stage, but right now it's just a couple of fairly convincing fights from Detonator in 1437. Stun is out onto him here, and they can get this easy kill, no problems at all. Raven and Unit and Velo are nearby, but there's very little they can do about this. There's another X, this time onto 458. He just wants to get Midas off. He's not even interested in the fights right now. He's going to pop the BKB and run down onto Sam H here and quickly eat himself up that Athlete Aura. Running forwards, 1437 flies back as well as the boat lands onto nobody. The BKB runs off, Norton achieves a lot. There's a black hole, only landing onto the next Prophet and stunned up by 1437. Fly Solo gets a beautiful throw stream before he dies. But I don't think it's going to be enough to turn this fight around as Yoshimoto holds in the backland. Ara is probably going to drop here. The life drain comes through. They're cleaning up everybody. Raven does die on the side of Tigers, but 3 heroes on the side of Detonator. Now looking for Ben-Hur as well. Nice torrent going to throw up the Doom though, stop him being able to chase any further, so they will have to give up here, but still a victory for Tigers. This game keeps going from one way or another. It's a bit of a roller coaster.
Someone desperately needs a Blink Dagger on Tigers. Then this thing becomes much easier as Juggernaut prowling. He does not have Omnicypher for 15 seconds though. So Connor's toying with them right now.
Just wait for the network drop to update.
seconds. 5 seconds. Can Dendi get the decrep off fast enough?
Okay. Well, we'll bother with the crap and do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, now comes the crap and there's the spin coming out. The stun also blows him up. Ben, both being run down, so they will trade. But now he's running into the stun, but then comes the Doom, they get into the Juggernaut here, where's the They're going to use the finger as well, they're throwing everything into the Juggernaut here, the Colchit kitchen sink, he's running his way into the... But 458 is chasing. Meanwhile, Sam H walked down to the backline and they found him in the tree. The crit comes down as it was needed on top of the Infernal Blade to finish off that Juggernaut. And dual TPs. Oh, look at these guys. That's so in sync. But he used the from Batum, so never mind.
Oh, that's crazy. 38
Where's this? Now I really want the graph up here. Have you seen it? It's like a heartbeat monitor.
Yeah, but it's only 1K up and down each way though. I've never seen the scale be this tiny at 22 minutes. It's usually it's like 4K on both ends or something like that.
Yeah. Show me one. Papa Bella gets really low to Ben-Hur here and has to use the Enrage. And Ben-Hur's just waiting. He's just watching him. He's like, do what you want, little bear. I'm ready for you. Though he does guess incorrectly with the torrent. What a juke.
What a juke.
I don't know. He ate through two trees to get here, so still making his way around. Ben-Hur's just like, well, I just got juked. That's definitely the way you just sit there in the tree seeing, well, maybe he might, I don't know, show himself. There's nothing really I can...
Surely he'll farm this wave right after I almost killed him. I'm surprised that the Ursa is choosing to go for the BKB. I'm also surprised that Doom chose to go for the BKB. I thought one of them at least would go for a blink. but 458 is still not going for a blink. He's going for his Shivas, which will be nice, and it's not going to be as effective as it would against most jugs. This jug is going Maelstrom, so there's still going to be plenty of magic damage coming out mid-Omni Slash, but at least whenever, you know, Omni Slash ends, then a lot of the physical damage from Detonator is pretty much going to be all in the jug who's getting slowed by a Shiva's Guard, but still, the initiation is heavily lacking from Tigers. You can't keep relying on Raven TPing in super deep because he keeps dying, and he's holding all your auras. He just picked up a pipe, which is really impressive that he managed to farm it, but he has that, he has the Vlads, he has the Urn. Raven needs to stay alive in these fights, but if he's initiating, then it's a tall order for him to actually, you know, stick around long enough to make these items useful.
That's the curse of the Prophet, really. It's all about where you TP. It's all about what part of the fight you choose to get yourself into. And it sounds easy, you know? It's literally a point-and-click adventure when you're playing Nature's Prophet and TPing into things. And now we have a smoke coming up. But it takes a lot to get the right balance between efficiency and suicide.
Yeah. And hopefully someone builds a blink on the side of Tigers to make that balance a little bit easier. And
Why only getting seen by these trees here. And I love what they're doing right now on the Prophet as well, because he's down at bottom. He smoked down to the bottom lane and started pushing out immediately, but used the trees at the top lane to get the scouting, and now they perfect target to go on as the Hex comes out with the top to save the day. And now they turn this around on the Something on the Omni Slash coming through for the Doom before he keeps the Doom off. Decides to use it onto the Conquer instead this time around, as a nice pulse comes in, but the Doom is getting chunked away out by the Juggernaut. There's a Black Hole only coming out onto Velo, but it does allow Conquer to come in and get some damage off. 458 has gone down, but does buy back into this fight. They want to keep this one going as Velo slowly but surely is going to die here as Ara gets a double kill. Meanwhile, two heroes stunning each other. The Magic Missile and the Ground Spike coming out onto the other. As Jug just trying to chase down this Doom, and Doom just brought back into this fight. I'm not sure he wants to do this though. Stun comes out for 7. Can he do anything here to hold them back? No, he cannot, and a dieback from the Doom is very costly for Tigers. Meanwhile, in the backlines, Raven tried to find something to make this fight work for them, try to draw their detention back, but only ended up adding another log to the fire, which is the team of Tigers so far. And now they go up onto the Tigers to Detonator.
They push very fast. They've got
You could say that.
Vlads, they've got maxed out Vengeance Aura. Jug has, you know, attacks with the Maelstrom. They are munching through this tower. And this Rex. And move on to the next one. They may come back for a while. And they know no one has a Blink Dagger to really initiate these fights. Without the Doom, without the Prophet, no one can start a fight on Tigers. Pugna's just a sitting duck. If he goes for a life drain, there are like 1,000 ways to disable him.
One last fight, and that's all it took. And now, middle and top are both going to be facing against super groups.
And Ursa gets found.
Yeah, has got the big range to work with. Is going to throw it off nice and early here, and Kunku just runs himself away with that Shadow Blade. Poke the bear and run.
Well, this is astronomically harder now for Tigers. 2 Raxes down, and this team cannot really deal with Raxes down. Pugna is your best bet. Ursa's not great at it. Neither is Doom.
With I think maybe between the Pugna and the Prophet, they can kind of hold, but yeah, not really enough. They need, and also with the Prophet not going for any kind of right click, he's just got the Vlad Miz, and that's about it. Makes it very difficult. And, yeah, Treants are their best bet as they're
Pugna also went for, like, you know, a team item. He went for Greaves as opposed to Aether Lens or Kaya or something like that, so even his damage is kind of neutralized. But they will attempt to get the cheese. The boat is available and Kunku's rolling in.
See what happens here. Black Solo staying on the front lines. Meanwhile, this top lane is slowly pushing in, so it's something they will have to do with. But luckily, we've got a catapult to hold them back a little bit longer. Is Velo really just going to get this one? They don't actually have a blink to get past him, so yeah. Sprout is doing work here, and the Aegis and Cheese going into the hands of Velo. He's off the BKB to try and turn this one around. Black Solo dropping low. Nice stun onto 2. Holding Juggernaut on the bench in place as the Doom comes out onto the Jug, forcing him back. No Omni Slash for you. And Tigers, I think they'll be happy with just leaving this one as is. Although the Centaur stomps up Velo here, and the swap down onto the Doom as well, bringing him back up as The stun comes in from the vent as well, summing up to Velo and Doom in some real trouble here. They're trying to control up the Enigma in the backline, and now that Omni-Flash comes through, does find its way to the engines, but comes back, and 1477 is dead. Now they look towards Sam H. Sam H drops as well, as then her drags another one back into the fray, and it's the Native Prophet as he gets brought down as well. Does find himself a little bit more time in the trees. Four star, TP away. Oh no. Well, the tip comes out as well as down goes the Prophet, and they might have taken Roche, they might have taken a bit of the wind out of Detonator's sails, but they are still on a Dreadnought heading straight into the Dire base right now.
Oh, they go for tier 4s. They're not even bothering with the bot lanes.
I don't know, these drawings don't really tell us a whole lot.
Yeah. It was like, we own this entire half of the map.
Yeah, this us.
We back off. Roche, I mean, was successfully taken, and Velo still does have the Aegis. I don't know. Oh yeah, Doom has the Aegis. Dude, I don't know what to make of this no blink dagger situation. Every single time they doom someone, then Juggernaut or Kunkka or Enigma, they're just like, alright, fine. You know, in the next 16 seconds I'm gonna peace out, and if you can't finish the fight in that time, I'm coming back with vengeance. That's what keeps happening. Right? They'll doom them, and then Tigers can't end the fight. They're just running around, getting kited, getting X'd, getting swapped away from their targets, and then whenever the doom ends, all of a sudden they're like, oh, we've massively overcommitted. We forgot that there was one hero basically missing from the enemy team.
Yeah, right. And, you know, everybody talks about the Inessa having the ability to, you know, he's just so fast that he can just beeline it into the fights and find whoever he wants and pop that in range so you don't really want to go on him anyway. But they've got more than enough controls to play around. They've got the swaps, they've got the stuns, they've got the Stormhammer, and of course the what's that spell called?
Warcry?
Struggling to click on the guy. I tried like 8 times to click on the guy. Yeah, Warcry. That's the one. For, I mean, just everything to basically fight this Earth around.
4 steps.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, it's a great item. It's a fantastic item in this game. I absolutely like this pick. So, yeah, Doom is basically choose someone to leave the fight for 7 seconds and then run around for 7 seconds and then lose the fight anyway, so they can find a stronger initiation. I mean, I feel like this blink on the line is the absolute key item they need right now.
He is miles away from it, unfortunately. Hell, even if Pugna got a blink, it would have been okay, because Life Drain plus the Crep plus Doom, you would probably be able to kill targets.
So now they're trying to pull onto Benha right now. The Doom does come out, and they've got him on the front lines. Can they bring him down in time, though? He's dropping pretty low. The Finger comes out as well, and they will take down Benha. Now looking for more. The Omni-Flash comes out. Bouncing between everybody here. Might not get any kills, and now he's in deep. He's got to fight up. He's going for the TP out. Just going for the straight up. Get yourselves out of here. This fight is lots of beautiful Sprout. Going to keep 2 in place, though. Fly Solo getting eaten alive by Velo. He does get the stun out onto 2, but I think it's only delaying the inevitable as the flames will burn him through. Sam H gonna also speed drop in here. It looks like there comes a stun, and there comes another blast as well. And Sam H taking care of 3 heroes dead. Once again, Tigers pull it back, but now they are 2 racks down. Can they really find anything with this? I don't think they can.
They can't find objectives. They're just going to need to be content at the fact that they were able to win a team fight. They maybe can start parking themselves over the top bounty runes, which looks like that's what they're moving towards. So hopefully 4 bounty rings will be gained out of this, but not much map control. Not another tier 3 in return or anything like that. And
not win games.
Yeah, unfortunately, Enigma actually accurately got zoned out by Tigers this time. So this build that he went for is the utility build that he mentioned, as opposed to the initiation build. And so he had no easy way of being able to get in for a black hole, and as a result, not being able to, you know, spend that ultimate and that Tigers has pre-ran the fight for once. Usually it's the other way around, but that's because usually they were trying to initiate. This was the first situation in which Detonator was the invading team.
Things are up in the air right now. I still think, you know, you're 2 racks down, so Detonator is clearly pretty far ahead, but if Tigers have learned how to fight right now, if they've found a way to make these fights work for themselves, like they did last game, where they just went on the Conqueror in the front lines and immediately managed to blow them up and take them out of the fight, that is a very, very good sign for them. And I think this is going to really affect the confidence of Detonator, and they're going for another smoke here on Tiger. And Ben's going to be popped, as is 1437 here. That does sound like an age is running out as, yep, the teenager is gone. Now getting stuck in the front line. We're not going to notice it. On the boat, flying through the line. Look, back hold in the back line, and it's got to make his profit. And the Doom out still. Boating up the team from the Doom, going to keep alive for the time being. He pops that BKB as well. Looking to try and find a kill for now. Here, well, holding onto the Doom. Finally, it comes off cooldown. They've got their options open. They have the Conquer. They're going to throw it down, but Dendy, he's dropping on the front line from just from the spend. The 5 position spend. He's eating Dendy alive, but he doesn't manage to get the Qualifier to keep himself alive, and now comes in the life drain as well. Spend full staff away, but the Infernal Blade comes out, and a Yules as well. He's not getting himself out of this one as he's slowly gonna die. Eventually. It took way longer than it should have. Thanks, Dendy.
He ended up killing himself on the Nether Ward, but yeah, unfortunately, Jug. So
like
Omnislash was just a little bit on cooldown, and I guess like it had 5 seconds left, and then as soon as it came off cooldown, the only person that Jug was near was the Lion, and so Jug was like, "Well, whatever, I have to go for this, otherwise he's gonna, hex me and stun me." So he went for the Omnislash. He got 2 slashes off, killed Lion immediately, and then had no easy way to get back into the rest of the fight. So Ursa was zoning out the Juggernaut, and despite there being a pretty successful black hole, they weren't able to kill the Doom off before he ate the cheese, and
yeah.
That was ultimately the downfall, and now it looks like Tigers are making an exceptional comeback.
Yeah, I mean, let's bring up that network graph once again. It is actually now in Tigers' favour, so it needs to update once more, but yeah, finally, bringing things back to the swap team in. Bello under tier 4th right now, taking damage from just about all of Detonator right now, but he's going to be able to stop that in range and that BKB and get himself away. And actually, what the hell is going on?
The Spirit Vessel!
What was that?
I have no idea.
A rainbow of
the bridge Spirit Vessel.
Jesus. Alright, well, 1437, he's being purged up by this creep. That's a very sad death. Doesn't manage to stun the counter and mess up his combo, but unfortunately, delaying the inevitable as 1437 does go down to the Blade of Ben-Hur. And small victory, but it's something which Detonator will certainly take right now, and maybe even try and do something with.
Yeah, they just completed the Blink Dagger and Enigma that's coming out on the Courier, so that's a huge spike that Tigers may not be aware of. And since... Oh, actually, R did not go for the cooldown reduction. Okay, well, whatever. He has Black Hole available in 30 seconds, so he is able to hide this Blink Dagger. It could be a game-winning play.
Yeah, literally. Let's see it.
Let's check it. Blocking out Radiant Vision. He still hasn't shown himself yet. Creeping.
Yeah, now but the fight's already started, they might not get a chance to fight this one as the Doom comes out onto Vengeful Spirit. Trying to take this fight right now as the Omnislash comes flying through. And there's a lot of damage coming down onto the Doom. Doom in trouble, needs to back himself away as the Juggernaut just chasing him down. 458 is dead. Meanwhile, Ben-Hur will die, but Velo's not looking particularly healthy either. Now the Black Hole comes out, only catching out the Pugner, but that will do. Yules comes out, but Juggernaut is on top of him, and now, well, the Qualifier gonna just let him help live a little bit longer, but there comes a crit. Down he goes. Pugner buys back, the Doom does not have his available.
Hello.
Meanwhile,
flying solo right now. Oh my God, God's strength is up.
Get him.
Run.
The 5 versus the 3, but
place the ward. Go.
Oh! He didn't realize they had vision. Oh, he was trying to turn it around, but the guy just stuns him in the goddamn face.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
What a player. Oh, God, so working away on the bottom lane.
Yeah, meanwhile. He can take this. Satanic Juggernaut. That's going to do 50 very often. Then taking a fair amount of magic damage here, and they've got the trees out as well. Sam H probably going to be going down, and the Spirit Vessel should tick him away. I know the Healing Ward's going to work, and they will eat through the Crimson Guard and the Warcry. Meanwhile, ooh, nice TP out from the Enigma as well. Well, Venge does die. Punker, he died in the fight, but close to respawning now, so Tigers able to defend, keeping them bottom barracks alive. Their hopes and dreams still hanging on for this game.
I legitimately have no idea what to make of this game. I don't know who's winning.
It's fun.
Yeah, that's for sure.
One of those games where you kind of just go, well, you know, you can analyze it to an extent, but there's a stage where you just kind of strap yourself in and enjoy the ride.
This is a spectator experience more than anything else. It's a show,
probably feels,
as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, probably feels a little bit swayed to the team, you know, sliding around in their gaming chairs a bit.
So what's the Blink Dagger situation? Because that's as I've indicated, this is the thing that I'm most interested with. Okay, so Bello has a Blink Dagger on the Ursa. That's a big step. And Doom is fine. Okay, so now things become much easier for Tigers, in theory. But theory and execution are two wildly different things, as this game has shown us.
Yeah, that's true. The ability to just kind of annihilate this Doom target is definitely much greater.
That's the game plan, though. Right. You let 458, you know, muscle his way through. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger, but it doesn't matter. He's got Radiance, he's got Shivas, he's got BKB. He'll be able to just bulldoze his way to whatever target he finds fit. Jug, I think, is primary target, number one, because if they Doom, I imagine that Bello will be able to get a bash with his basher, and they should be able to finish off the Jug.
Ooh, jumping in though, going straight away into the middle lane. They've targeted up the Vengeful Spirit, and they will be able to bring him down without any commitment really here, except for the BKB from the Doom. But the immediate buyback, and they actually doomed up Conquer. I didn't see that. He got the BKB off before he got doomed though, so he was just able to run himself away from the fight. Costly. Yeah. Costly.
And Roche is up, and Doom is down, and Black Hole is up. So Detonators will go in, think about if there's an opportunity, but they would rather have a pick first. And Dire successfully scan it out, so they know that Detonator in the Roche pit vicinity. Possible probably sense of trance in there.
Wow, this Roche is dropping quick. That's the power Venge, anti-armor, a little bit extra damage as well. They need to come in now if they want to try and do something about this, but they're being a bit too slow about it. Now we're just going to go down. Oh, we jump in! Alistar doesn't manage to get anything. He'll get some pressure charge. He's going to be able to get a second BKB and a second in rage here. Finger comes out onto the spend. Velo still in the middle of this fight, fighting it up. Got plenty to work with, but they now need to maybe back themselves away. Omni Slash onto the Doom all alone. Stun comes out. He's going to have to go down here. The rest of the team make them way out of this one. Nice little block off on the high ground there using trees and the Nether Wardle. Lifestone gets brought down as Bello finds himself a kill. Very split fight right now. BKB used from Ben Hur, but he's still caught inside the trees. They've got him. They're holding him still. Swap comes out. Torrent out onto Raven as well, but it's not going to really achieve much though. Sam 8 still held still here. He's under a ward as well, but will swap himself away with Dended as they swap around a little bit, changing up things here. Doom running into this fight once again. Yeah, Bello's chasing down the Enigma, but he can just turn around and back on him if he wants to. He's got the opportunity, but he's going to die to the Radiance. All the same, I think. Now they're chasing it down. Sam 8 also low on HP as well. He's going to die to the Strike as well. Dusty is Juggernaut. Who's this guy spinning through? Well, he's got an Aegis and a Satanic, so that's a tricky kill indeed. They're still going to go for it as the Hex comes out. Stun going to come in from Fly Solo. Doesn't keep the Juggernaut alive for the first time. Maybe he'll be able to help out with the second. Fly back from the Enigma though. You got to be careful with this one. The 4-stop away. In comes the Enigma, but no attempt at a Black Hole just yet. As Juggernaut, he's dropping. He pops the Satanic and the Healing Ward as well. Everything he can to keep himself alive and will be able to survive this engagement. They're really going to make a play onto 458 here? I do not think so. Base is actually fine for the Dire through all of this, by the way. If you're worried about Super Creepers, you needn't to be.
You say that, but it's tier 4 damage. It's adding up.
It's true. It's true.
66 kills in a 39-minute game with a basically 0 net worth advantage for either team. It's so weird. It's so back and forth. Whenever the fight starts out, it's impossible for Tigers to do anything. You have to deal with Warcry, you have to deal with Crimson Guard, you have to deal with Conquer Rum. There's an obscene amount of damage mitigation on the side of Detonators. And so for the first half of the fight, everything looks great. And Tigers is just running around like headless chickens. But then, eventually, Detonator run out of all those mitigation tools, and Tigers cashes in a few buybacks typically, and all of a sudden it swings back wildly the other way. Pugnus suddenly becomes a hero again, all the BKBs go down, Ursa is able to not get kited infinitely.
Unfortunately, Dota Plus does not agree with you. He currently thinks it's 90%. Okay, it's gone down a little bit. Previously it was like 97%, but now it's a 90% win chance for Detonator.
What? Oh, yeah, the Raxes are down?
Yeah.
That
yes, statistically, yeah, Rex equals lose.
No, this is still definitely anyone's gun. The most important thing is just do those buybacks, so according to the meters, Tigers is pretty cashed out on buybacks. They have it on Profit, and they'll have it on Lion in a little bit. Whereas Jug and Conka still have buybacks available on Detonators, and that's the most important thing. So next fight, theoretically, could be game deciding.
Oh, Unity, Velo, and 458 in a risky place right now. The whole of Detonator was smoked up on this low ground here, but they didn't find the opening. Yeah, I also want to mention as well, they got two Midases, which are not doing so with Midas. Weird.
So you got the Didar bonus full talent. That's what the Midas is. You know, it's just a stop to get you to level 15, and then you're like, you served me well.
Yeah, goodbye. Send you into the void. And
by the way, Shun's having 41% status resistance between Sage and Yasha.
Yeah, it's gonna be a quick old doom. This game is slowing down as both teams kind of tiptoe around each other now. It gets that stage where you're 41 minutes into the game, you know. It becomes a matter of pride, you know. I don't want to waste 40 minutes of my life playing Dota and not get a win here. They're playing so carefully.
Tigers is playing for the regional slot, and Detonators, they need to still win 2 games. Fly Solo gets caught out, Warcry gets perched off.
So now for Sam H, and Bella's putting that BKB, trying to bring down the bench, Spirit Trigger coming through as well, but now the Obi Flash coming on the Doom, doing so much work. He's just about going to survive long enough to get the Doom out from Counter, and actually climbing a lot longer as he makes his way up into the high ground thanks to the grab slide, but now they look towards Bella instead. The Ursa being signaled out here by Fly Solo and by Counter, but they can't find the damage, and these two crab flies from Dendy doing so much work in these fights, stopping the right click damage coming through.
On Detonators is full HP. This healing ward, it heals so much because they're all so tanky, and healing ward is percentage of max health. And so just barely being around the healing ward for a little bit gives you back so much raw HP. And then again, it all goes back into the damage mitigation. All those ways, like Ursa was trying to attack the Sven and trying to attack the Enigma, but between the Crimson Guard and all these other stuff, he was just like, it's not worth my time, I gotta go.
Yeah, he's it's those moments as well, you know, they couldn't quite save the Venge, but the Venge has been the save basically for everybody else. If they do go on the Venge, then there's no one to swap out, which means usually they're going to get themselves a kill. But then what? Like, you got a Sven, who's got a 4-star and a super tank and can walk right up. You've also got the Crimson Guard knocking around on the Enigma as well, with the Breeze as well to charge to purge himself off. The Juggernaut ain't dying anytime soon. Like, after you've blown up that Venge, which is what the S wants to do in these fights, the S is kind of like, oh well, you know, I guess I'll just start whacking it into yeah, pretty much.
Take it away, boys.
Picks the feet up.
I mean, there's a Pugna in this game, but I have yet to really see how much damage Denty's able to do. It's a difficult game, but he doesn't have like a BKB or anything, and so if he stands in place to life drain, like I said, there are so many ways to deal with it. You can just plop a Midnight down, pulse down underneath him, and he'll take so much damage. Malefice has so many different stun instances. The Basher on the Juggernaut, the X, the Torrent, the Stormhammer. It's so difficult for this Pugna this game. And honestly, the Nether Ward is not that big of a deal. It's all these strength heroes with relatively low mana cost spells, and it's so late in the game that they have enough base mana to begin with that it doesn't really matter about the mana reduction or mana degeneration aspect of it.
Velo's like really kind of baiting out the Juggernaut here in mid. He keeps kind of running at him, and the Jug's kind of like backing away from him, but kind of keeping his eye on the farm, but kind of just noticing this angry Ursa on the sidelines, just kind of edging towards him every now and again. He's like...
It's a mutual respect.
Yeah. They come. Well, Wave of Terror thrown out. They see Velo here, but they don't want to go onto this Ursa. He's just too tanky, is it? And they come. The Doom actually cancels that. They don't get it out time as the Omni Flash comes out. They can't find a target right now. The boat comes in. He's being stunned up for such a long time, but then the Crab Fly again, saving him from that right click damage from the and with the Sprout also. Meanwhile, Velo gets a kill on the backlines onto Sam H. Over from the front, they're still controlling up this Doom, stopping him being able to get into this fight as the well, the Spirit Vessel doing a lot to stop the Juggernaut healing himself, and they actually managed to bring down the healing ward as well, which is really important in this fight. It means the Juggernaut has no way to heal himself up except with this Satanic. Not the ideal situation for them to be in right now, but Detonator will get a free back from this fight if they do not want to chase any further on Tigers.
Roche potential to respawn at 15 seconds, and Venge does buy back, so it's one setback for Detonators. I think that this Enigma needs to stop being so skittish with his black hole. He's waiting for like a perfect situation, but it's becoming difficult because there's all these like random sources of damage that are breaking his Blink Dagger, and so as a result, he's like, now's my chance. Oh wait, something broke my blade dagger.
And there go 1437. Beautiful stun onto 2 here. Fellow hits the follow up with the Abyssal Blade onto the Vengeful Spirit as well. Can they bring Sam H down in time? No, she gets to get a stun up onto Fellow. Here on the backlines, trying to chase down 1437. Then her chasing down the Lion. Is there going to be anything in to save this Lion? Well, Doom on top of his base here, and he does not have a Doom to work with this fight. He's just using the last one. Meanwhile, Fellow trying to chase down the Enigma once again. Stun's coming out. Rage fused as well. I think he just needs to drop the black hole onto the Earth hit. He wants to get himself away from this one. And Sven goes down, and there's a black hole. That is massive. Onto 3. Enigma letting loose. They take down 2 inside of it. 1437, 458 gone as they look towards Raven. Raven makes his way over to the pit. X marks those. Going to be dragged straight back into the torrent as well. Up the high ground, some running away, but they're looking towards Raven. Yeah, the Crown doing so much work with the swap and the kill. Down goes Raven. Buybacks are available. This game is not over yet, but they just took a huge step forward on the side of Detonator. Finally, the black hole comes in, and it is a stonker.
It was a passive black hole for the past, like, 8 minutes. And I, too, thought that he should have used it on the Ursa. I'm amazed that his Blade Dagger didn't end up getting cancelled. I guess he must have realized that he was finally out of Netherward range, so he went for the Malefice on the Ursa, he went further up the high ground, and waited, and that was the chokiest of choke points for Tigers to walk into. Yeah, and they got 3-man black hold. So patience finally pays off for all.
Tigers, dude, these are aggressive. They jump in immediately with the Hex stun onto 2 as well. 458 coming in. They've got the Doom. They certainly want to use it. The finger comes out on Sam 8, but swaps himself away. And in comes the Omni Flash once again. The Doom held still. They need to come in and share the damage a little bit to try to help him rise. And he's actually only one down to half health. The Doom comes out onto the Kuka now. Both flying through. He's actually got the full fleet as they run into this one. Fellow surrounded by 4 heroes right now. Gonna get dropped. Then he can't do a whole lot from the sidelines here. The buyback from Fellow. Then he could be in some trouble. Does have buyback on the Pugner here, but will be able to get himself all the same. But another buyback from the Ursa this time. This Roche could be massive. Raven gets himself inside the pit.
Oh, he's going for it.
He's a one-man stand. Ursa's coming in to help out as well.
Dire knows that there's at least no vision on this half, but Radiant. Oh, are they not checking it?
Oh my god, how are they not checking this road? Shannon's gonna go to 3! They're actually coming into the backline here. They might have thought what's going on, but they won't have time to do anything about it. This road is gonna fall. 1437 is gonna be the only sacrifice for this Roshan, which is very much worth it, but now they're in a sticky situation. They're actually just gonna TP power range themselves back to base. And Juggernaut looking at the racks here. Very far forward on this Jug. They've got the Abyssal Blade if they want to use it on him. They're not going though. BKB pops from the Doom here, running forward. I mean, he's got the refresh shot. He's going to use it and try and get the Doom out. He does manage to get the Juggernaut inside and spin with the Doom, but he could just run himself away. No, he can't. Scrap comes out. Fellow, he's trying to get into this fight as he jumps towards it. The Abyssal Blade comes out onto the Juggernaut here, but he's just not doing any damage. So there's a conquering there. The stun comes out onto 2. Now Doom stunned down, magic missile, but Ursa's in trouble. He does manage to get the enrage up in time. Though he's also got the Aegis to play with. Oh, they're running forward. Looking for Sam 8. The on the high ground. The black hole comes in again onto 2. Down goes Deadly. Down goes 458. No buyback on 458. The Lion dead as well. It's a 3-man defense now, and that is a huge ask to pull off versus Detonators right now. They're trying to come in the backline. They don't even know what to do here. Fellow holding back. They're going to get Mega Creep holding back. I don't even know what he's looking for here, to be honest, on this Ursa. He's got the Aegis. For the team, they're just running for the barracks here as the sneaky. Oh, you see that refresher off, dude. The refresher off comes out, the black hole, it's onto 2 again, and this might be curtains. The sneaky refresher off in the trees, Raven being chased into base right now. He's going to throw himself up. Oh, that's actually going to mean he survives, but then he does not. A dieback from him, and now inside the base, Juggernaut, he's got that Satanic to work with, but yeah.
Oh, the question mark. Raven, is this a situation question marking?
They laugh. It's all in good faith, I think, as GG's are called. And just before he leaves the game, he throws down the question mark. That's some good comedy right there. Thank you, Raven. We needed that laugh. And then a very stressful game, I would imagine, for these two teams. 50 minutes in, and Detonators finally managed to blow up
ban. Seconds. 5 seconds left.
Nor does Venge. Will embrace someone, or if you curse someone, Venge can very easily just swap either the enemy or the ally out of position.
Yeah, we've seen that coming into play a lot in the last game as well, especially versus that Ursa as well. If you can just get them away from danger, it really does kind of ruin the impact of heroes like that.
Too bad Silencer's a dead hero. Otherwise, something like a Global Silence could be pretty useful.
Detonator really burning through
buffs. I think his glaives do more damage now. They do like 80% when maxed, but still a dead hero.
I know glaives is the most altered spell in the history of Dota.
Radiant pick.
I don't believe that. I don't think that's true.
Well, might not be, but I just said it, so... someone sent me a patch log the other day saying I think glaives is the #1 most altered spell in the history, and it should have been just a tiny little bit, just the damage change, like, you know, a tiny little bit up or down over so many patches now. It's actually insane.
I mean, you want to talk about people getting reworked? Look at this big green boy who showed up. That man.
Hello, sir.
Do you know how crazy it is that literally every one of his spells has had a stun on it at some point? Initially, it was the grip. Came out.
Oh, yeah.
And
wait,
then
Magnetize.
It was the... Okay, Magnetize never had a stun. But his basic spells, his non-ultimate spells, all had a stun at some point. When he was released in Dota 2, it was the grip. And then it became the smash for the longest period of time. And now it's the roll. How crazy is that? That they needed to make his stun that much worse.
Alright, Magnetize now, kids. Let's go. Let's make it a mini stun every time it does damage.
Ooh. Now, if we ever come to a point in which Earth Spirit needs buffs, it's not a bad idea, but I think you're a decade ahead of your time.
Yeah, I'm not sure that'll ever happen. The nature of the hero. Also, when's Io come back to Captain's Mode is the real question.
7.22, I would think. But who knows? I mean, he didn't get really touched in D or C, I don't think.
No, so apparently they're happy with the way the hero is, but every time I've seen it, it's been pretty strong feeling.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other problem is that they're buffing heroes while Io's not in the game, which I think is weird, because Gyro got some buffs. And normally you're just like, yeah, you know, I haven't seen Gyro. And then all of a sudden Io comes back to Captain's Mode, and you're like, Jesus Christ, what just happened?
Get this Gyro nerfed.
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
It is interesting, though, that every single team basically has one extra ban in the game of Dota 2 Captain's Mode, though.
10 seconds!
Because if you don't have to worry about banning Io, then all of a sudden, everyone's first phase becomes a little bit more interesting. Anyway, in terms of this draft specifically, Tigers had... What?
They went back for the spam on Detonator.
Oh boy. And it's in a bunch of magic, but that worked for them last time. Granted, it did not work early on. I think it's just because Tigers were the I guess. They thought they were playing turbo mode, but they were smacking at the wall and thinking eventually we'll draw blood, but it was a little bit too late, and by the time that started, damage is useless because Sven was making sure that wasn't dealing damage, and so eventually it became the point that none of them dealt damage. Sven's Warcry.
You talked about how the first couple of hits would be negated by the Warcry.
Correct, for the Furious
and
Whips.
after that, he'd start doing some real damage. But when you got the Venge there, the swap available was absolutely like the key point. So if you could just keep him alive the first couple of seconds whilst the Venge gets in position to swap, then life is pretty good. And that was exactly what they needed and what made the Venge pick even better last game. And now it's in the hand of the other team. They might have their work cut out for them as they take out the Bat Rider. And the Oracle was actually banned out first phase again, this time by Detonator, so no chance to cancel, unless they want to go for the Abaddon, but they've already got the Wyvern and the Sven, so that would mean Abaddon core, which is not really seen very often.
No, it's not. I guess at the minimum they do have data, so both in terms of being able to stall out after a Warcry with a Grave, and hopefully being able to save a target who gets lassoed.
Troll's going to final pickup from Tigers to round off this draft, and it does give them some nice kill potential, especially inside that lasso. Just popping the ultimate on the Troll, able to chunk down whoever's inside that lasso. It's very, very useful to have on your team. One thing I'd like to say about Detonators as well, I don't feel they've drafted into this Shadow Fiend very well at all, to be honest. You picked
Unless it's mid-dazzle.
Unless it's mid-dazzle. She kind of... Oh yeah, it's actually looking like it may well be mid-dazzle, doesn't it? Unless then it's core, which...
They banned out Lifestealer on Tigers.
Choose your hero or something.
This doesn't tell me anything.
Okay, so... Yeah, the Weaver's usually picked up as a response to the Troll, just to duke him out, especially inside his ultimate. Never feel like it's that great versus Shadow Fiend as well, just because the consistent amount of damage that comes out from SF. Like... And also, if he ulties, that 50% damage reduction will still be on the Weaver after he time lapses.
Yeah, I don't really know what the deal is with this Weaver pick. It seems a little tunnel vision-y against the Troll, like you said. But aside from that, like, there's plenty of stuns. There's ground-targeted silences with Earth Spirit. They've got the swap to basically neutralize some distance that a Weaver may create underneath Shikuchi. And then obviously last initiation. So Weaver's definitely going to need a Lincoln's, I would think, very early on. So that's always feels bad, because these days Weavers generally get picked in situations where they can go like Diffusal first, or Maelstrom first, go like no boots or something like that. Games in which Weavers have to go Lincolns are far and few between these days. But it's that he doesn't need to go damage items, but it's still going to be a very, very difficult game for a Weaver, I feel.
Yeah, I got to agree. It's just too much. There's just too much on the board for him to worry about. That even a Lincolns. I mean, they've got decent Lincolns pop. Even Swap is a fantastic tool for popping Lincolns, and you've got two of them
saw
now.
From Dream League, because the charges don't get spent.
Game number 3 between Tigers and Detonator. Going from this draft tsunami, who is your money on?
I'll go Tigers. They were lacking initiation in Game 2, and they've swiftly corrected that in Game 3. So, even though I imagine they're still probably hoping to play aggressive early on, if the game does go late, they have much better tools than they did in Game 2.
Alright, I have to agree with you there. I mean, like the things you said as well. Plus, I mean, last game, they kind of had some communication issues, I feel, in the team fight, so a little bit of confusion going on. This time as well, the team fights are so easy to execute. Like, you just got to swap into and then throw down a Requiem on top of that as well, and there's no real chance for Detonators to respond to that one. Even if they get the Grave off, they can't take the fights after the Requiem comes off. So, and they don't have enough stuff for that. I mean, I guess they can Winter's Curse or something, but... it feels risky, and there's no cancel for this this lasso as well. So once that hero is lassoed, they are going to be held still for rather a long time. So yeah, I too am going to be going for Tigers, but let's see how the game pans out. I mean, things rarely go as they say on paper, and this is going to see Sam H getting caught out pretty early. No, makes his way back to the tower. Smoke popped and nothing gained for it for Tigers here.
Yeah, I'm surprised Venge went to the low ground so quickly. I thought
same.
they'd be like, oh, okay, we'll just camp over here on the high ground until Dazzle shows up in a more vulnerable position. But they go for it. Raven has an observer ward. He may be able to place a deep observer in this situation to make somewhat use of the deep smoke, but no first blood.
Velo been chased away from the room here, just trying to throw down as many of these sticky napalm stacks as he can as they come and force him off this this bouncy rune. Velo, he's got 5 stacks on him here. Velo, well, he's not going to back himself away, especially with RR coming in as well. I've actually never tried to pronounce this the carrier of Detonator's names through these games, by the way.
Huangba. Oh wait, no, he doesn't have a G on the second one. Huangba.
It's quite the name, isn't it?
It's quite the name.
Quite the name. Velo just playing around with both the supports here. Again, then sticky napalm charges up. Just playing around, especially with the Sven. Sven having leveled up the stun.
I don't know why he's playing around.
Yeah, playing with fire here, or ice, as the slows come out from the Arctic Burn. They've got a stun to work with as well. Down comes that Stormhammer. Fairy Fire used just beforehand. They can block him up, but he's just going to run the other way, running down. Maybe he can get a denied to Roche, or maybe he's just going to keep on running. Yeah, actually, this is Fly Solo just backing out completely, and Sven, he's got 7 sticks sticking napalm on him. Unity can maybe look to turn this one around, but this
he just fast enough. Right click him, and then maybe do a little bit of damage.
Raven's coming in. 10 stacks of
look at how
sticky
black
napalm.
he is.
Let's go!
Dude, he is looking like
tar.
Exxon Valdez, right? Max is out of 10. I actually...
Okay, now we know. Bella's just putting him on for good measure at this stage, but now that the Weaver comes in, there's 3 heroes surrounding Bella. He's gonna go for the TP out! He's done! He is done for, and Yoshimoto finally gets washed up for all that sticky napalm charges and kind of starts to look towards Raven now. Did you see his turn rate when he was stuck there?
Yeah,
Raven's gone as well.
Slow
Salve? Salve, is it worth it? He's at the trees. He's actually escaping this one. Yoshimoto comes in. Stun comes out, puts an end, and they do get 2 kills here in the top lane. So highly questionable plays, I would say, from the Batrider. But it's easy from Villa. But it's easy just for us to say from the eye in the sky to see how that one was going to turn out. But you know, they could have gone either way.
It could have. It's a level 1 Batrider. I don't know why he wouldn't just go to lane. Because, I mean, it is a tri-lane situation, so sure, it's a little bit scary for a Batrider. But what's the point of 2 supports? You're not even experienced. If still level 1, where you can't even threaten them with Firefly. So I think maybe he was hoping to cut off the creep wave, and Detonator were intercepting it, and he was just like, well, they'll give up eventually, and then I'll cut off the creep wave. But they did not give up, which they shouldn't have, and as a result, he lost a lot of experience. Like, Huangba's already level 3, and this Batrider's like halfway to level 2.
It's rough. It's real rough, and he doesn't really have much of a lane now, to be honest, since he's going to get stunned up again. Arctic Burn going to slow him down enough. The gap. Right click's coming through. Bella will be okay, but this means he's under tower with 170 HP again.
And now these supports are going to hit level 2 before this Batrider hits level 2, which is devastating. Raven's trying to salvage the situation by looping these creeps around.
Yep,
but
the run around.
With this big of a creep wave and Batrider being so low level, I'm pretty sure Detonator will just push with this massive creep wave. His Bat is still not gonna have Firefly to draw aggro off the wave. And in the other lane, Sam H. He already died once, gets slowed. No uphill misses, and he dies!
That's unfortunate. That
was like 3 attacks and no uphill misses whatsoever.
Was it like a 25% chance to miss uphill? Well,
the next one would have missed, I guess, statistically speaking.
Bella being hunted once again. He just wants some XP. He does get a level 2 so he can fly around the trees.
That's about it. Used to get out of experience range and TP back to his tower.
God, he needs the jungle. He needs the jungle, yeah. I guess he was here to get the level 2 and now he can kind of hit the jungle and go and get some creep waves, right?
He has Firefly on cooldown now, so this big creep wave's gonna come, but they don't get the pull off successfully. Fly Solo doesn't get intercepted. And then her.
On the middle lane, we got a rotation in from 1437 with Dendy with a haste rune as well. The result of the kill. They're looking for Velo once again. They don't want to get the XP from these creeps, so the stun comes out, and the Weaver just doing damage from the low ground as well. The Arctic Burn doing so much work, but Velo will be able to make his way across the cliff. Out of vision, offside of the dark. Instead of actually TPing into this one, Winter Wyvern gets stunned up, but Raven has to get this bug off him. It's taking so much hit to get it away. Meanwhile, 47 brought down by Weaver, and now they look towards Raven as well. Raven, I'm not sure he's getting out of this one. Doesn't have a roll available, but decides not to use it. Goes to the kick instead as he goes down. And now they look towards Velo as well. No Firefly to work with, no even anything to be used here. He's going to drop as well. 3 kills here on the lane, and Detonator pick off. Get a massive win up here.
Well, at least Tigers will get the bounty runes out of it, but yeah, that happened basically a best case scenario for Detonator. Venge TP'd top, ended up going into the meat grinder. Warcry was doing a lot of damage mitigation against the tower and all these creeps who were aggroing everyone. And Huangba's level 5 now, and Batrider is still just level 2. Although he is gonna jungle now. He does have 1 stack of hard camps. But that's it going for them right now.
It's going to be a long road to catch up for Velo. But let's have a look at some other lanes. I think they're looking a little bit more optimistic for Tigers. Specifically,
Ember's jungling right now.
Yeah, right. So Ember's had just as rough a lane as the Batrider has. As expected, you know, Ember versus Shadow Fiend does not work well for Ember. Get to use his Flame Guard in that lane because of the raises. And, you know, it gets a little bit more attack damage to start with, but the moment he starts getting these Necromastery points up, and especially with that early rotation from 1437, just made the lane fairly easy. And chat is telling me that the Weaver's name means crazy, so thanks guys. Got on hand.
Good. What language is that? To Google Translate I go.
As Raven's getting chased down a little bit here in the top lane, just thrown back to the trees as Huangba wants. Sudanese, of course, dude. You don't know Sudanese when you see it?
I don't know Sudanese.
Flood.
Huh, okay. Well, he's crazy. Crazy big plays. He's level 6 now, so do pretty much whatever he wants. There's no real reliable way to stop him from time-lapsing, as most Earth Spirits do not get silenced until a little bit later on. And the rest of Detonator are smoking up. Ember and the Sven are trying to rotate on Dendy.
Yeah, they're looking for the kill. 1437 is positioned for help if they need it, but immediately just going in with a triple rent. Some are being used as well. They need to bring them down. They will be used to the side if this finishes the job. 1437 just cuts his losses and gets away. One thing we mentioned earlier as well, which I just wanted to point out, is they have no save for the Batrider lasso, but actually, you got a Weaver in the game.
He's not going to go Ags.
You can build Agna.
If he goes Ags, this game is lost. Unless if it's a 6th item Ags. If it's a 6th item Ags, then sure.
I'm just saying, you know, he's going for the budget build to start with. He's got that medallion coming out to him. You know, he could go medallion maybe into a diffusal and then straight in for the Aghanim.
I can see it with most heroes. On Weaver, that's well, the Solar Crest is the real luxury, but medallion itself is still immensely value on a Weaver. Sure, he might be able to kill Velo.
Velo playing with fire here. He really wants to get these hard creeps, and actually he realizes he spent enough time on this. I'm quite will back himself away. You know, Dendy with a haste rune in the bottle. We saw how much he did with the last one. Let's see how much he can do with the second one. So we'll throw it over to net worth and see the Weaver pretty far ahead. But Troll still doing rather well for himself here at the bottom lane. We haven't really looked at this bottom lane at all, to be honest. But you know, 458 he's farming up. Sam H, he's in the jungle. Not lane to comment on, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Sam H did not really have very much help, and so it doesn't surprise me that he's
on the top lane though. Velo in trouble once again. They've got the bugs on him. They can see where he is. And he's just going to the safe place again where the Weaver cannot reach him. He's just kind of going from like one side to the other side to the other. And they will have to back themselves out. So Velo just playing around that patch of the land. Very nice to there.
Or does not connect though. Poor Ember. No lane to go to. No real jungle camps to take.
Radiant called in the fortification.
I'm surprised they just didn't end up opting to send Dazzle mid instead of Ember. And then just do like a dual situation. Or let Weaver
It feels like
in
a
the
bad
offlane.
case of people just being too stoked for their lanes, which you never see any of the top tier teams doing, and they will always be able to switch it up. They will always be able to switch their core and their cores up to whatever lane they need to go to, and that's just something which needs to be done. Forwards, yeah, looking for Fly Solo here. They get the slow out, and with the raised damage, they actually back themselves off. Leaving him on about 10 HP. Another stun comes into Dendy here. A couple more right clicks will be. Dendy just turns around for the quick raise. Another quick raise. They're real low on RR right now. Gets healed up from the high from Stan Age. Tiger still looking for this one. They've got the stun in 2 seconds, but the spend is too fast. He's also got an illusion rune as well. However, doesn't do a good job of microing it. Now the rock comes flying through. They've got the stun out. They've got the anti-armor. They get the kill. Down goes RR.
Get back off my chest.
Troll activated battle transfer or something, and I don't know what he was attacking. It may have been Wyvern, because Wyvern is sitting in base all of a sudden, so I guess that's why Wyvern wasn't able to show up, because she is level 6, she has Winter's Curse, and did not really join into any of that. Although the mid Ember Spirit did survive, and I guess that's the most important thing. And that smoke may have been spotted by
absolutely. He's pinging it out like crazy. 1437. He's letting them all know. On in the mid lane, they want to go for the dazzle whilst this is going on. Doesn't manage to get the grave off. There's another TP coming in. Fly Solo's here as well, but they should be able to finish this dazzle. A couple more right clicks will be required. He heals himself up, and Raven just smacking into the dazzle. Damage getting so low, and there's the curse as well, but the stun comes in from 1437 to finish off the Dizzler. LS Spirit in a bit of trouble here as he's dropping low on HP in the chains. The Flame Guard, it melts him away. The swap out from 1437, but it's straight into the weighted mandibles of Weaver as he surges forward to try and get the kill, and Dendy will be taken down under his own tower. Now coming up onto the high ground, they're looking towards 1437 as well, and he's not going to be able to get themselves away. Detonator finds 3 kills in the middle lane, and that is going to give them a lot more space to breathe in this game. Killing this Shadow Fiend is the absolute key part of this entire, like, kind of 10 to 15 minutes marks. They need to get these kills, and they're doing it.
Yeah, and at the same time, they're preserving their tower. So it's not like Troll is being able to just mow down a single lane while the Shadow Fiend's getting hassled. They're doing a pretty good job of defending everything. All the tier 1s are, you know, at like a third, half HP, but it's still objectives that Tigers have yet to claim, which is a marked difference from their game 1 with the Shadow Fiend, in which they were just plowing down the map. Weren't they going high ground at like 18 minutes in that game 1? So close.
Ooh, he grabs it. He might be going down here. Actually, no, with Dendy coming in, he's going to scare back the side of Detonator for the time being.
I did not realize how much Venge's right click looks just like a Rod of Atos projectile.
That's terrifying.
I saw it flying towards Ember and I was like, holy shit, he has a rod already.
That's definitely a buff to Venge.
Ultimately, I don't know when Tigers are going to want to start grouping up, but I do think that they have to start grouping up sooner than Detonator. But I guess the Wyvern makes it a little bit more intimidating. Especially when you have such, like, heavy targets to take advantage of a Winter's Curse. Both the Shadow Fiend and the Troll, if they nail.
Stop in the middle lane. Fly Solo held back into the raise as he goes, and this time they will finish the job. Last time they let him live when they tried to combo, but this time around they do manage to kill the Winter Wyvern. About right, they're trying to steal some camps here, but well, stun comes in from the Sven and manages to take 2 of those creeps. And this fella's just getting bullied wherever he goes. He has managed to find himself a drum though, so that's fairly good.
Drum 1 second.
So easy. Yeah, he's sitting, they get the swap out, but immediately into the Ember Spirit. He needs to swap down and to keep swapping down this river. 1437 as well, it will go down, but Weaver in some trouble. The race won't finish him off though. It gets damn close, but he helps get himself out.
Not enough mana for a time lapse. He's just gonna have to go back to base.
Well, Troll taking up in this top lane. Yeah, getting ready on this tower here. Kind of surprised he didn't ulting for it, but no one's TPing in, so I guess he doesn't need to.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Lost damage, comes into contact with Raven down here. A couple of stones being thrown, even the Magnetize being thrown out here. Raven is getting busy on this guy. Damage is dropped. Might have to throw this Grave out, will do so as the stun comes in to try and stop him. And Spirit getting things turned around, especially with Ben Harrow as well. Raven's going to die and Sam H able to escape on the sideline. Ooh, no, Winter doesn't quite go enough. comes out. They've got the Ember Spirit straight into the arms of Dandy. Nice little combo there to get the triple range combo down. Now RR turns around with the stun, doesn't manage to get the troll and the Ven. Yeah, really coming in the backlines, just causing in some damage and taking the courier as well. Sam H backs himself away. Still hanging out behind, but there's no real pickups to be had after this fight, so he's just going to be wasting his time hanging out back here as he goes back to farm some creeps, and Fly Solo takes the time to go get some wards down.
He's getting the time to take wards down, but that also verifies that he's not defending this tier 1, so Troll will ult for this, because he knows no threat of Winter's Curse, because he also didn't have a TP, although he did spend Battle Trance now. And he's getting the heroes.
Yeah.
So perhaps
a little bit. He's gonna go down, but well, bounties gotten worth probably not. Especially as they've got one on top as well. Oh, this Raven's being so aggressive on the Earth Spirit actually.
Yeah, the jury's still out on how good he is on this. This whole 4th position Raven thing. By the way, I'm assuming you talked about it in game 1.
Not really, no.
Well, it's very weird. I don't know if it's one of the best carries. In my opinion, in Southeast Asia, is playing 4th position. But he's not doing a bad job. His Nature's Prophet in game 1, I mean, in game 2 was fine. He played a Leshrac in game 1, and it wasn't really, like, you know, you could have picked any hero in game 1 and it would have been fine. And his Earth Spirit, you know, it's doing fine. I have no issues with it. But why is he playing 4? It's so weird.
It's very strange, but then they go just annihilate this Weaver as quickly as possible there, and Raven gets it. What a player! Big six for him.
2019.
Yeah. Gets the Invis,
Crit who? Never heard of him.
That is some Raven wannabe. Into the pit they go with that anti-armor from the Shadow Fiend, able to rip through it fairly quickly, coming up with the Vengeance Wave Terror as well. We'll place on the high ground just to make sure they can see anybody rotating in. And doesn't look like Detonator has any clue about this one. And this has been a kind of, okay, let's smoke it over to it, but very slowly. It's Ben Hug going in. No, he doesn't realize he's going for the bench. The River and Roshan gonna fall to 4-5-8. They get that kill. Winter's Curse gonna be used to cancel out the lasso. And well, Ember Mayo is able to get high ground, but they've lost Roshan. And Velo is looking for Winter Wyvern here. Although Taylor coming in from the backlines as well. He's gonna be able to dish out a ton of damage onto Velo here. The ultimate being hooked up from Dandy, but they already get the kill onto Velo. That was quick. Now, running forwards.
They only have 1 remnant, and they still have to fight into an Asia.
Time that's forced out from the Weaver as well. Down about a knife change onto the 2 cores here. Stun thrown down as well. And now they roll forwards into the Weaver here. And Nice Grove going to come out, and Cold Embrace going to save the game. I'm not sure you want to use these 2 spells together, as he just is there until the Grave runs out and then dies. And Ben Ho in trouble as well. They're going to get another one. Tigers are doing it as they run forward. 3-man stun is going to be enough to save the Wyvern. It is not. He's going to go down as well. And they're even looking for more. They're chasing forwards onto RR. They want the spend. They want everybody. He's going to go for the TP out, but they get the swap up into the arms of Dandy, and they'll be able to get this kill as well. It is 4 heroes down on the side of Detonator, and Tigers find their momentum and then some. They take an Aegis, and they take every single hero on the side of Detonator, except maybe they get everybody. Velo's trying to make it everybody, but I don't think he can.
Nah, Lasso's down. He'll be able to do a little bit of damage, but Sam H has to go back to base anyway, which means that this top tier 2 may also be under siege, but Winter's Curse is available, so I don't think Tigers should overplay their hand. They got a lot done with that post-Aegis fight. I mean, they still have the Aegis post-Roche fight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
I mean, one of these days there's going to be a curse, and it'll probably be amazing.
There was a curse. It went down onto the Batrider. He was trying to lasso someone away.
A curse including either the Shadow Fiend or the Troll.
Gotcha.
I think that's the instrumental part of it. Or it can be in response to a lasso. If someone gets lassoed and then you immediately curse, that's also fine. But so far, things have not really shown up on the side of Teamfight with Detonator.
Radiant fortified
Well, things coming out in the middle lane here. I'm not too sure where. The Tigers make their way up to top lane. Another haste rune on Dandy. Third one so far in this game that I've seen.
And he's about to hit level 15 as well. So with Reeves,
one left away,
and a very easy way to get out, and thankfully the Shadow Fiend and Troll are standing away from each other. So a real curse threat. Go. I think at least let Troll get his BKB if they start going really hard in the paint. Greaves itself on Shadow Fiend is not enough. But the remainder of Tiger's 4-man smoke, and Weaver will pop it on the Earth Spirit.
So, with his Ember, last game he played it, if you remember, he didn't actually manage to get his Maelstrom up. It was a very sad game. This game he has been given the space to at least get that, and he's not quite so far down on that worth, but whether he's actually going to be able to do anything for the next fight remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Tiger's just trying to assert themselves to this map as much as possible.
Hit and run. The most important thing about this Maelstrom being completed is that their high ground defense is far better. Is going for the maxed out Sleight of Fist, and so having that on a 6-second cooldown with the damage that it does and the Maelstrom damage means that it's a lot easier to hold high ground as an Ember Spirit. But in terms of team fight, it's still going to be a little bit longer until his contribution is still relevant. Especially since Ben-Hur's not going for like big triple Remnant plays. He's primarily using Remnant defensively, and so his damage output is heavily reduced as a result.
Bottom tower going down. They haven't quite got the level 15 on Dender yet, but they don't even seem to need it as they tear through that bottom tower. And not really showing any signs of slowing down right now.
We got 50 seconds left in this Aegis. I don't know how desperate they are to push it. It looks like they're content.
Yep. Not wanting to force the issue too much, you know, it's a good way to throw a game and try to do too much with an Aegis. Although, well, they're not going to get himself away quite easily.
I wonder if anyone's gonna get a Yules for him. It's like Bad Rider and Earth Spirit are both getting Blink Daggers, and Shadow Fiend is doing her BKB, so probably not. And Sven finishes up with Blink Dagger of his own.
Yeah, that's some good initiation for Detonator, something they're missing pretty sorely before. The ability to get in and actually take a fight with a Blink and a Stun, and that is going to be coming out from the Sven. Gotta remember that this Winter's Curse always works better if it's just a kind of responsive spell rather than an initiation spell. It's very difficult to get this as they roll it. They're gonna connect onto the Wyvern as well. Raven manages it with the silence up as well. It's gonna start the fight off. No, the actual Grave comes out. He might be able to get himself off a curse in this fight. After all, they're staying away from each other. They're keeping their distance, and he's gonna go down to the fire. Cold Embrace himself for some reason. And now the BKB off Troll and out, but I'm not sure Weaver can fight this one. Does manage to dodge out. Just out of range there off that initial sentry from 1437, and that means that the magic missile gets dispelled. Close though, close.
I didn't catch how they saw the Wyvern, but great roll by Raven. That makes this high ground siege a little bit easier, although Wyvern's so low level she's going to be attacking just now. And they don't have the Aegis anymore, it timed out a minute ago. So I still think that they... Oh wait, they do have the BKB control, but it's on cooldown now. Okay, so...
Yeah, he used it in the last fight. I forget, if you use the curse on a non-spell immune target, will a spell immune target...
You can only control the spell immune person if they're the primary target. A spell immune person will not get taunted into attacking someone.
Okay, gotcha. Easy. Yeah, I'm actually super surprised that the Wyvern decided to go for the Cold Embrace rather than go for the... I mean just curse up the Troll.
Wouldn't have probably done anything, but it's only an 80-second cooldown. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, and just controlling up the Troll and his BKB for that fight.
Exactly.
Something at least, but instead they just allow Tigers to run all over them, and now they go defend Tiger somehow. Venge throwing in the Wave of Terror, scouting out, and this is proving how strong they are. You know, when the Venge is able to stand here while the closest member of our team is over here, kind of says a lot.
And they should know that Sven has a Blink Dagger at this point, because he's shown himself so... If Venge still isn't afraid after seeing a Blink Dagger Sven, then that definitely speaks to how valid they are right now. Tigers do find the Venge, though.
Okay. Stop. They use it. But the last hill, they managed to drag them down to the low. Ape just takes down the Ember Spirit, chunking away. Just goes for the ring and finishes off there to hurt me while Fly Solo taking care of us. Well, he's in trouble's going down. Now looking towards RR as well. Sven trying to make his way out of this fight, but there's not going to be any escape from him. Roll forward once again, gets it, and then he wasn't even bothered. He wasn't even joining in the fight. He's just here coming crazy. Yeah, good job, guys. Well done. I'm just going to go and push in the wave up onto the high ground, heal you all up, mana you all up, and we can get to work.
Presence all these towers up. Level 16 is acquired after the glyph time is out. Gets completely shredded, and now it's Ember versus the world. Although there is a winner's curse. There's always been a winner's curse.
There was, yeah, that's been consistent throughout this game. But see, this is the hierarchy you play though. Tigers, they only send one of their calls to the fight, you know. He just doesn't turn up. Like, good luck, Winter's curse. I'm not there.
Is able to successfully escape. So now imagine, take the shrines, spend control, which will respawn in 1 minute.
So I have a theory.
Let's hear it.
Well, casters never really say the names of spirits because the geomagnetic grip, I think magnetize, and sometimes enemy spells never get said. Like, you always just say rolling in, you know, you never say roll, you cast rolling boulder to close the gap.
Yeah.
I think it's just because people, like, all casters are really bad at Dota, and we never play high skill heroes like this, so
Oracles. That's the best.
Dude, I do. I've got a friend that played Oracle a lot. And I games you, I'm like, what's a bit of a team fight, like, I don't know what that is yet, but eventually you find out.
You may be onto something. I know that's what a lot of people were calling out Oracle for the longest time. At least Earth Spirits are like, they're indicative of what they are. Like rolling, he's rolling, smashing, you know, he's actually like, you know, shoulder bumping the rock, and then grip, he sticks his hand out, you know, and grip implies like something's coming towards you. So they're all somewhat intuitive, whereas Oracle is like Fortune's End. What does Fortune's End mean? Does Fortune's End mean you're not going to die?
Then getting ganked deep here, 3 heroes coming in hard onto the Earth. Oh my god, that hero bomb did a lot of DMGs. Goodness sake. How much was that? Nice. 844 damage done by the Dazzle with 1 Shadow Wave.
I see a Poison Touch icon there also.
Yeah.
Don't discount that contribution.
Apology.
Well, Raven's dead, but the rest of the team is taking the top shrine. Meanwhile, so they're getting ready for Roche, which is available now, and Detonator cannot take it at all. All they can do is
you can steal it.
This hurts, but that's really it.
Mythical curse. I mean, to be fair, we flamed the guy for holding onto the black hole for too long, and then he went and won the game with
this
it.
This is
so,
true.
You know, maybe
we're flaming RR for it, and RR has been doing fine in my book. Wyvern will scout out that Roche is indeed up. Interesting position. Oh no, she went to the low ground.
Oh, got pooped out. That's very awkward. Luckily no one saw it. That would have been very funny. I almost wish he did get caught.
I don't know if he saw the this troll fly out of the backside.
Well, they've got the ward down here. They could see very positioned well here. Come on, Fly Solo. Let's see it.
Well, no chance.
Sometimes you play for the game, and sometimes you play for the front page of Reddit. He's waiting for it. Wait for it. They've seen him though. They catch him out. They've got him down. They don't. Oh no.
The important thing is he made space because the rest of his team is pushing bot. Weaver does have a Desolate.
Right. Oh, Batrider. Oh my god.
Did not see that one coming.
Yeah. Maybe not anticipating this many heroes to be hanging around down here is let's get picked up.
Danny wants to come.
And he's ready to punch, and RR will throw down the stun, but with all these heroes getting around him, he's gonna be the sacrificial lamb, and Gendy tears him a new one. As Raven rolling up to the high ground here. Plenty walks past the ancient camp.
Velo does see this Weaver, but Weaver has a beat.
No one near enough for him anyways.
Well, they did get a better buyback out of this.
Dude, this guy's just like... You know how the Enigma spent like 8 minutes in Black Hole to land that huge black hole at the end?
Yeah.
think what 29 minutes of no Winter's Curse are going to lead to.
That's how it works, right? The spell gets a bigger AoE.
Yeah, he's charging it up.
That would actually be an interesting mechanic. In Street Fighter, wait, I'll hold that thought. Okay, so in Street Fighter, there's this character Balrog, right? Boxer. He has a mechanic where if you have to press one of his punch buttons, and the longer you hold it, the more powerful it will be. But the flip side is you can't use it the entire time, because like normally you use the punch button to use the punch. And so there's a cheese tactic where you basically hold that button down from the first second of the game, and then it's a one-hit KO. If you're able to pull it off for like 40 seconds, yeah, if you survive long enough without using that button, and it's hilarious every single time.
Okay, trying to go through back door here on the side of Titan. We've got no creeps in right now. Unfortunately, did change targets. That's not going to happen. And in comes Bello, the Wyvern once again. Another day, another Winter's Curse, not going to be seen. We'll buy back.
They still can't push with it. Like the creeps are a mile away. The Wyvern does buy back.
Oh dear. By the way, chat's telling us not to bully Fly right now. There's 5 minutes on and we're still going pretty hard on the dude. Are you going to be
I mean, we're 5 minutes in the future and they still haven't used it yet.
True.
Again, like, it's not entirely his fault. It is a difficult game, much as how it was a difficult game for Dendy in Game 2. But at the same time, there is such a thing as conservative with it, and some earlier fights may have been a little bit simpler if you aren't go for like big plays, because this Ember Spirit's game, if you're able to buy more time for positioning for a triple remnant or zone out the rest of the team with these spike Maelstrom procs, like they're holding high ground pretty successfully even without the curse.
Yeah.
And this is what Maelstrom procs to the side of fist. The question is,
yeah, the range racks will go. That's about it right now. They need to a way to take care of these siege creeps.
Spirit. So, oh, they gave the cheese to Troll. Okay, so he's back up to full.
Some delicious fondue. Very good well. Gun's been thrown out. Where's the curse? No, he gets lassoed again. Bello on the case. They do manage to get the curse. Can he use the curse? Silence. He's silenced. Oh no, they're trying to heal him, but it's just not going to happen. Fly solo, but a miserable old time here as Raven rolling forward, looking for the kills here, trying to connect onto RR here, but RR runs away. There's Huangba coming in. He's got a lot of damage. He's got Desolator. He's got him down. He's got a BKB to work with should he want it. But meanwhile, on the backslide of the fight, falls back to base by 458. Tigers just asserting themselves up on the side right now and forcing Denton. I mean, they can't fight into this right now. 34 seconds until the Wyvern's back up. That was a dieback from him as well.
And Ravens have so many
into the middle of it. He's got that BKB. He's going to throw it out and try and hunt down the Ember Spirit, but he's just not able to close it. So he turns around trying to look for another target instead, but he can't find anybody. He's losing health himself to 458 as that ultimate from Shadow Fiend comes out and going to force back the Weaver as RR health still. He is going to get graved up. Going to go full TP back to the face. Is he going to get the root? Yes, he is, and he's gone. Buyback from Ben. Ben on the sidelines, just trying to throw in the damage. All of it's just him doing the roll forward, throwing him back. He doesn't manage to get up onto the high ground. Heal up comes out from Sam H as well. And now the stun comes down. The return is in. A Raven is stunned up and brought down by the God's Strength. Are they going to go for here? They are, but unfortunately there's nobody to catch. The Tigers are backing themselves up. Weaver still chasing though. Huangba looking, but he's got no slow to speak of. All he's got is chase. Is that going to be enough versus Dendy? Bello's coming out. He's got lasso again? It's off cooldown? Yeah, but it's not the Wyvern, so don't worry on this. Now they're going to fight around the shrine as well. Huangba needs to be so careful. He's got the lasso. He's just going to come in and, well, Shadow Fiend, he's dropping low here. And with Benno above him there, Dendy's staying alive. He's got the green to keep himself up. But finally, the side of fist will do the job. And somehow Huangba makes his way out of this one as well. But one chased again by Bello, just chasing him down the BKB being used. That's not cool. Make his way out, got some security to make his Fly Solo, they see him, and they all just lock in on Fly Solo, of course, because
this is on cooldown.
Well, you can't say you haven't used it now. Damage over the TP out, but the wall's gonna cancel, and Raven on the floor, making the plays as a Dazzle. He doesn't even the grave off, because Raven says no, and again, it's finding nothing. I can't believe. Well, Dendy did die in the end, but yeah, he brought back.
So It is a little bit of a penalty.
That's not where I was going with that. I can't believe. I was going to say I can't believe
it's not butter.
It's not butter. Oh yeah, great product. Anyway, 4-5. Onto the high ground. 4 heroes here to defend, but no Winter's. What was that?
I don't know if they managed to get that flame break. I don't know if the rolling boulder was actually connected in time to cancel that TP. So that may have been. Well played.
So many enemies.
Right. That's the final back here. And Tiger's position very likely to be able to stay with the BKB. Boxing on there, fighting into Megan. Dendy held still on the backlines as well. The last right onto Ben Harron, take him down. Flamebird fighting up into Dendy right now, but it's looking hopeless. He's got the time left to work with, but just going to bring him back into the team. Actually, they've all run past him, so he will be able to get it on. Oh, Swap coming back. Stun out as well, but a beautiful stun comes in from Ben. Not doing any damage, and Flamebird kept alive by the live back. Dendy dropping low here, but the swap onto the low ground, going to keep him alive a little bit. And they can't find the Ember Spirit unable to find this kill. They're just DT right now, but Sven rolled into and blown up, wanting the kill on Dendy so badly, but could not get it. And not to mention Ben held still here in the backline. It up by 4-5-8, tears him apart, and GG is called. Tigers have done it. They've secured their place in the closed qualifiers, beating out Detonator in the opens in this final game. Well, pretty decent series, I would say.
Absolutely. Both games very action-packed, for sure, and that's what we love Southeast Asia.